Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Sorry if my light keeps changing. I'm noticing this, but it's my Christmas tree. It's not me. It's the Christmas tree. So how is everybody doing? Welcome. I'm so glad everybody's here. Let us know in the comments. What are you guys reading? Or if you have stuff that you need to do, wrapping presents, cooking the turkey.
Yeah.
I heard on the radio, Garrett and I read it last night. It's like, if you have a turkey, they suggest that you should put it a day in the fridge for every 4 pounds of turkey. And Garrett says, there's someone out there right now with a 20-pound turkey going, oh, crap.
Yeah.
So we'll start with us. Lee, what are you reading? What are you up to?
Today, I'm going to start reading. No, that's my old notes. I don't know what I'm reading.
Excellent answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. This was my old note for Never Lie by Freedom. Oh, no, that is what I'm reading. Never Lie by Freedom McFadden. That's what I'm going to start reading today.
Oh, that's hilarious. How about you, Lindsay?
And
introduce yourselves, too, because there are some new faces here that,
Oh, I'm Lee from Dark Roots Creations. I'm into all type of genres of reading. I usually, lately, have been doing thrillers, a little bit of cozy mystery, some women's fiction, and I haven't been making vlogs lately. But if you want to hear some road rage, I'll be back in January with my vlog.
with new road rage for a new year.
Yeah, I'm Lindsay from Lindsay Reads, and I'm currently on vacation right now. I'm staying with family in California, and I read a variety of things. And the vacation kind of stopped my vlog. I was doing really good with the daily vlogs, but then getting ready for the travel and all of the Christmas and all of that kind of waylaid all of that. But hopefully to get back to that soon. I'm getting off the pictures at least to maybe compile something to show for my California trip, just prove I've been here. But yeah, I read a variety of things. Nonfiction, fiction, whatever. All of it works for me. And I'm reading a new to me author, but I've heard about a lot of it on BookTube, like Darcy Coates. I'm reading one of her winter books, Dead of Winter. I was just looking to see what I had on my TBR that was winter or Christmas related, and they're trapped in a cabin in the middle of the woods in the mountains, and there's a killer among them, and it's trying to figure out who it is before they all die, kind of thing. But I think she writes a lot of thrillers or horror. I don't know, but I've never read her before, but I've heard of her name. So yeah, maybe one of you have read her before.
Shout out in the comments if you've read and if you know. And Lindsay also has the most awesome dog.
Yeah, she's in the background. She might pop up. She's laying out sprawled out on the bed here. But
dog / bear, I think.
Yeah. I get the comment of a bear often. Yes, she has the face her name is Fable because. I named her that because book related one thing, but the other is she reminds me of a fox. She's a reddish blonde color with the pointed ears and the black nose and the cheekbones. Yeah.
Love it. And Danielle, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Danielle. I read a variety of things. But right now I'm reading Dashing Through the Snow by Debbie May Como.
Nice.
And I just started Where They Find Us, which is like a thriller because there's a plane crash and they get stuck, and so yep.
Awesome. Very festive.
Right. Yeah, so far we've all been reading thrillers, I think. Thrillers.
Right. Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, so yeah.
Why not?
True.
I am not reading anything, and I think I've hit a reading slump. I really, really do. I cannot seem to get anything, whatever. So I think I mentioned in my vlog or my reading update yesterday that I found these online reads now. I knew of them before, but I remembered them on Harlequin, that they have these free online stories, and they're not very long. They're little 30-40 minute long reads. So I'm going to start downloading a couple of them to my tablet, and I think I'm going to read those because it'll just be what I need, just something quick to get me You know, like I went to the library yesterday and I have a stack of books I'm staring at, but I'm like, but I don't want to start those till January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where my mind is right now. It's like, let's just move to the new year, right? But I still want to read something. So I think I'm going to read these just like little short stories. I think that'll be perfect. So I'll let you guys know after the sprint what I ended up reading, because I can probably finish one during a sprint, which is great.
Hey, that's nice.
I had no idea that Harlequin did like these short stories.
Yeah, there's one that I started looking at called New Year's Countdown or something.
Mm.
And I was like, it was like 20 chapters, but they're not, it's like a page long per chapter, right? But I got through about 10 chapters and it says December 25th will be the next chapter. So it'll give it to you in parts.
Each day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check
It's
this
kind of
out.
fun. And it's by their like well-known author. And a lot of them, like I read one this morning, which was literally like a 5-page long, cute little short story. But it connects to a series where it's like just two of the characters that you would have met in town, just kind of how they, you know what I mean? It was just really cute. So that's what I want right now. So, and they're delightful. Let's jump in the comments. So like I was telling the ladies before we jumped in, we're going to chat away for about a half an hour. And then we're going to do a 30-minute sprint, then come back and chat. The ladies may come and go. Somebody else might show up. Santa's not going to be here. Santa's very busy.
We need to get some graphics of Santa and his reindeer, you know, like
right? The
drawing
NORAD
off the
tracker.
sky on the screen.
Yeah. Hi, PK. Merry Christmas Eve, as I do every year. I've got NORAD Santa tracker up, watching him deliver all over the world. That is awesome. Esther, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Raining here in central New York, so it will be a hard time for Santa's sleigh. I'm reading and really enjoying The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhorn. That also sounds like a creepy book. Hello, Amy. Merry Christmas, everyone. I took a break from cooking to read a little. I'm currently reading Marshmallow Malice by Amanda Flower, 65% in. Nice. Cat. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I'm reading Last Words to the Wise by Anne Claire, book 2 in the Christie Bookshop series. I'm loving the series and recommend. Excellent. Lady Val, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to continue listening to Iron Flame. That's a darling right now on BookTube, isn't it? Emily, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Cloudy but no snow here in central Maine. Reading love-inspired suspense novel, Canine National Park Defenders. Very good so far. I love these canine books. Yes, they are fantastic. I agree. Julie, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I'm listening and reading along to The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. Excellent. A lot of people really like that one. Britta, happy holidays, everyone. Good evening from Germany. Thanks, Sarah, for these early sprints today. It's nice to be able to take part of them over here in Europe. That was what I wanted to do. Yeah, for sure. And Lee's doing, are you doing
Tomorrow.
some of these tomorrow, Lee?
Yep, tomorrow from 12 to 4 Eastern time.
Yay. So if you guys are anywhere else, go subscribe to Lee's channel and join us over there if you want some people to chat with on Christmas Day. Tina, hi Tina. Hello, y'all. Merry Christmas Eve. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Earlier today, me and my mom went for a walk and we wanted to do for like 3 years. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Anita, Merry Christmas to everyone. Today I'm reading Cheddar Late Than Dead by Linda Riley. That's another favorite series around here. Readers Retreat, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Cheryl, hey, sorry I'm late. You're never late. Was making chocolate chip pancakes for lunch, and I'm currently listening to A Natural History by Jonathan Kellerman, or reading Aura of the Night by Heather Graham. That's a nice nice balance right there. I think I've read Kellerman. I think he wrote that one, the one about the college where all the, not a good topic, where all the rapes took place. Am I thinking the right guy? Oh, what was that?
I've never read it. I've seen him around. Like, you see him all over like the bookstores and stuff. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to look that book up. It's gonna bug me now. Missoula, I think it was called, or something like that. Tina, I'm currently reading Slashing Through the Snow by Jacqueline Frost, aka Julianne Lindsay, and Heartstopper Volume 5. I got that book for my niece for Christmas, which reminds me I should go wrap those gifts. Lisa, Merry Christmas Eve, y'all. I'm reading All We Want for Christmas Eve, Kindle Unlimited. Who's the author? Lisa? Oh, at Lee. I hope you enjoy the McFadden book. It was a good book.
Oh, good. I'm glad because it sounds
Very
really good. So thank you.
Excellent. Danielle says, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Reader's Retreat. I'm currently reading A Web of Lies by Jennifer Estep and The Pandora Room by Christopher Golden. Excellent. Hello, Fiona. I remembered your name now. She sent me the sweetest package in the mail, a little cross stitch and some bookmarks that she made herself. I'm going to show them off today, but yeah, thank you, Fiona. I really appreciate it. My husband's like, who do you now know in Scotland? Yeah, I got friends everywhere. Merry Christmas Eve from Scotland. I am waiting to see what I got from my parents this evening. We have taken up the Icelandic tradition of exchanging books on Christmas Eve.
Right. I love
There's
that.
I can't remember the name for that. Isn't that like a I'm going to completely butcher, like book flogan or some kind, it's kind of name, right, for the Christmas Eve celebration. That just sounds delightful. I wish we all adopted it.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
I can't remember. Something with a flogan, something in the.
Sounds like something that Rose from the Golden Girls would say.
Yeah.
Right?
Happy belated winter solstice for those who celebrate it. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Rena, Merry Christmas Eve. I'm finishing up A Maverick's Holiday Homecoming by Brenda Harlan. Hope all is merry and bright with everyone. Thank you. Barbara said, Santa is coming. He's in Yemen. Our radio station today did a radio live recording or, rendition or whatever of the Grinch book. It was like an old school radio. Like, it was fantastic. Somebody was doing the voice of the Grinch. The other lady was narrating it. It was so good.
That's cool.
PK, not a great week to slump, Sarah. 1,000 page challenge starts. I know. Also, I can't seem to settle on something. Maybe I'll just pick up Outlander and read that.
There you go.
My book for the week.
Mission accomplished.
ending off the year with a bang. Hi everyone. I have so much wrapping to do. Yeah. That's why I like bags, gift bags.
Mm-hmm.
PK, thank you. I almost forgot to start tracking my pages read today for the page count challenge. Yes, it does start today, everybody. And Esther is looking forward to tomorrow. I am as well. I think I'm going to be on.
Yeah, I just didn't send out. I didn't send out the link yet because I was like, I don't want to send it out too early, and then it's super chaotic for everyone.
I was like, what? I woke up this morning. I'm like, what day is it today? Oh,
that's exactly why. Exactly why.
Like,
yeah, and if anybody else wants to come on too, just send me a message and I'll send you the link for it if you want to come on.
Mm-hmm. Barb says she's reading the book club pick. Anyone still reading it? So you're reading the Sarah Morgan, Barb? I did not get to. Maybe I'll try and pick that one up. I don't know. Storm is here. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yay! Full house. Welcome, Storm.
Hey, I just popped in to say hi for a little bit. I can't stay for very long, but
no, that's all right. That's all right. Are you reading anything good today? Are you going to do anything good?
Not reading currently. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But we have to go to my aunt's at 2:00, so we just got home from church and we had to let dogs out, and well, I said I'm gonna run up here and say hi to everybody.
Oh, thank you. We'll be doing a sprint in 15 minutes, so. I also asked for Heartstopper Volume 5 for Christmas, but I'm currently reading it on Webtoons because I can't wait. Esther reads and eats, hopes you're feeling better. Yes, I know she hasn't been feeling very well. Sarah, All We Want for Christmas Eve, a clean and heartwarming holiday romance by Eliza Hartwell. Thank you, Lisa. I will look that one up. It has got a name, Lindsay. We've been doing it for the last 4 years. It is a lovely, relaxed way to spend Christmas Eve. We have music playing in the background as well. I love that so much. Thank you. John Krakauer wrote the Missoula book. Yes, okay. Sorry, I got the names confused. My apologies. Barbara, I have my chocolate and book for tonight. Traditional for years. Garrett, I think we're going to watch the the History Channel. It's been out for like a gazillion years. The History Channel special on the history of Christmas.
Mm.
I love watching that. I rewatch it like every couple of years. So last night was a Muppets Christmas Carol.
Usually watching like White Christmas tonight or tomorrow night. Just depends. That's usually my
Nice.
Christmas thing.
Nice. PK,
Oh, there you go.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce
Yola
it.
Boca Float. Yola Boca.
There you go.
I knew the Boca Float. Something was in there. Yeah.
There you go.
I love that idea so much. Hi, happy 4th day of Yuletide. Listening to Missing in Christmas River by Meg Muldoon while trying to get all my Christmas projects done. Sharing calling birds with the calling birds with the like button. Kay always gives us some of the best like buttons. Thank you for that, PK. Denise, good afternoon. Been a minute since I've been here. Glad to be here. We're glad to see you. Thank you for joining. Slowly getting better, she says. My voice is coming back, but it's still stuffed up. Just wanted to pop on for a wee bit. We appreciate seeing you. Melissa, I would love to jump on, but I've got my hands full today. I'll be in the chat, though. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Yeah, she's got 2 little ones to deal with now, so...
And 2 big dogs, too. Yeah.
Yes, I know. And the husband, right?
Yes, of course.
Jen, hi everyone. I'm going to be reading Wrapped Up with a Bow, haha, by Lily Vale. And Hercule, I cannot say it, Perot's Silent Night. That's the most English way of saying his name. And she says, last night was A Christmas Story. Tonight is either Santa Claus or Home Alone. I didn't like Home Alone. I'm like in the minority.
Yeah. I liked it as a kid. I saw it as an adult, and I was just ow. Like it was hurt.
Right.
It made me tense to watch it.
But Garrett was telling me that Home Alone 2, was on Disney Plus or is on Disney or something like that. They actually took out Donald Trump's parts in that movie.
Oh.
And Garrett's like, but why? He's the only one who actually helped Kevin.
Right. Right.
Whatever your thoughts is of him as a president, whatever, let's not get into politics. He's an actor.
That was
what
30
he does,
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
right?
That was
Like,
back in the 90s or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Came out.
you
Yeah.
know?
And yes, he did help Kevin. So by taking that out, you've like taken out a whole part of it that
Right? I just think it was so stupid, like to not realize you lost one of your kids until, and then to have
Yeah.
it happen, what, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
It's tradition.
That's
You
tradition.
just didn't listen. And the
That's,
same one too. 'Cause they had like 10 kids or something. You know, it's funny in that group. You know, so it's funny
Yeah.
to lose the same
Right.
one.
Same
Right.
one,
What's
right.
the chances of that?
you know? Yeah. It was never another kid. It was always this
right.
kid.
You'd figure by the second or third time, you'd make sure you had Kevin with you the
Yeah.
entire time. You know.
He would be like lassoed and tied in the car. Or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, right. Wrapped up with a bow.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a favorite for that one. Where am I? PK says, I've been enjoying watching YouTube movies, reactions to It's a Wonderful Life. Wins them over every time. I have never seen that movie.
No.
I wouldn't watch
I'm the
that.
same. I haven't seen it either.
either.
I haven't seen White Christmas or Wonderful Life.
No.
Or, you know.
The classics, I've never seen them. No.
Yeah.
Like those old classics? No.
Yeah, I just didn't grow up with them, so like I didn't have that introduction, I guess.
When
Yeah.
I was younger, I refused to watch it because it was in black and white
Mm.
and everything. But it wasn't until I watched Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and I actually enjoyed a black and white movie that I rethought things and I went back and I watched It's a Wonderful Life. And I like it now, but yeah, whenever I was like 16, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. That's like if we were going out today, my mom said something. She's like, and the what movies were they? And the Die Hard movies are not holiday movies. I said,
Yes.
I don't disagree, except for the first one.
First Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
You're damn right it was. Not a Home Alone fan either. I don't care for Home Alone. So wait, what did Trump do in the movie? Why can I not remember?
He gave Kevin directions to where his family was supposed to be or where he was supposed to meet up with them or something like that. But
Yeah.
he was the only one that helped him and gave him the directions.
Exactly. It was in it for a very small part of the
Oh,
movie.
yeah. It's literally just a little cameo of like Him just he doesn't even know who it is. He just asks for directions. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
One of
He's
those-
thinking
Hey,
of Fancy
mister.
Hotel or something. And like,
Yeah.
maybe Trump owns it for all in that
That
movie.
was
I
probably
don't
Trump
know.
Tower, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like watching the Muppets Christmas Carol last night. They cut out the song that Scrooge sings to the girl. They've cut that out of the Disney version now, like the version on the Disney thing. I guess, I don't know, maybe A Love Story was too much for the kids. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I've only
But I've
watched the Muppets movie once, so I wouldn't even know what that is.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I've watched it so many times. But actually, I found, because I looked up something to do that one clip in my video the one time, that now I'm getting all these recommendations for the Muppets Christmas Carol, like, reaction videos.
Right.
And there's this one girl who does, she's a historian, and she does clothing. That's her thing. And she actually broke down the clothing that the characters are wearing in a Muppets Christmas. She says it's all historically accurate. Like, even the
Okay.
rat is wearing historically accurate clothing.
Well, at least they did one thing right?
Right? It's the Flintstones Christmas Carol followed by the Muppets Christmas Carol. I've never watched the Flintstones one.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I have either.
Now I want to see that. I'm hoping to get to listen to A Christmas Carol narrated by Tim Curry today, speaking of Home Alone 2. Then we're watching One Christmas Eve with Anne Heche and Polar Express. Okay.
I watched the 1994 version of Miracle on 34th Street yesterday.
Nice. I want to rewatch. You guys remember One Magic Christmas that came out in the 80s?
I rewatched that one too. Yeah.
Oh, that one's such a good movie. Who's the Mary Steinbrenner, I think, is in it?
Steinbergen
Thank you. Names. I don't know names.
and Harry Dean Stanton. He was my favorite.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Played the
that's why
angel.
my mom likes it too. Yeah. They better start staying home from Christmas. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's the
They're
only
going-
way. And if they stayed home, Kevin would end up getting somewhere and getting on a plane and going
Right.
somewhere else.
Right.
I also watched a Hallmark movie from 1980s. So
Oh, wow.
I was doing a nostalgic Christmas, and that's what my video for today is about. Is
Oh, that's
Nostalgic
fun.
Christmas
Oh, I
movies.
can't wait to see that.
so,
Cheryl, how is the family not in trouble for forgetting the child several times?
Yeah.
That's always been my thing, right? Where are Child Protective Services?
because it was the 90s. We cared.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I plan to read my book tonight for Christmas Eve. Excellent idea. We'll jump into a sprint in a few minutes. Oh, Sarah, what a disappointment. The old ones are the best. Yes, I know. My youngest loves black and white movies. That's awesome. And Trump was giving directions to the front desk. That's right. PK, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then so is Gremlins. I agree 100% on Gremlins. Long Kiss Goodnight and Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon took place at Christmas?
I think there was a Christmas part in it or something. I think
Interesting. And I've never heard of Long Kiss Goodnight. But I'll agree with Gremlins.
Long Kiss Goodnight. I think that had
One of the Judds in it, or am I wrong?
Gina, I can't remember her name.
Gremlins, yes, definitely. Denise, enjoying the History Channel. Excellent. I love stuff on the History Channel. We already watched Home Alone 1 and 2, and the rest we don't talk about. And the Santa Claus movies. Okay, I liked the first Santa Claus, but not the rest of them. Again, it was overdone. Which 80s Hallmark did you watch, Storm?
It was called The Christmas Gift with John Denver.
My mom's favorite.
It was one of my favorites from whenever I was younger. I remember that. I was never a huge John Denver fan. I didn't like him as a person, but I liked that movie.
Laura says Home Alone 2 is on TV right now. Hopefully I've missed the Trump bit. Fair enough. Barbara, as an adult, how much was their mortgage and the repairs on the house?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and I was going to say that Christmas movies for Hallmark hasn't changed much. He was an architect working for a businessman. He goes to the small town because he's scoping it out so that the guy can buy property, falls in love with the small town girl. Has
Gee,
to
that
save the
sounds
town.
familiar.
Has to save the town. I mean, I was like, boy, it hasn't really changed much.
Ingrid, tonight our family's watching Four Christmases. My daughters My daughters are coming and going to different Christmases this year. Oh, that's the one with Reese Witherspoon and what's his face, the tall guy.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
I have seen. That's
Which
all
one?
Pretty sure I saw it in theater, actually, to be honest. My rewatch every year is one from the 70s, a movie called The Gathering with Ed Asner. Don't know why I gotta watch it. That's awesome. Here we go. Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson in Long Kiss Goodnight.
I knew it was Gina something. I just couldn't come up with the last name. I was like, what is it?
Long Kiss Goodnight, I believe, is not Angelina Jolie. No, Gina Davis.
The only thing I could think of was Gina. I was like, the lady off of Earth Girls Are Easy, but I was like, people are like, what's that? Probably. So
See, and Gina Davis, my first thought is the baseball movie.
League of Their Own.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite is The Christmas Story. That came out in the 80s, right?
Yeah, You'll Shoot Your
Is that-
Eye Out.
Yeah, that's
that one.
the one
Yeah,
that they play continuously on one channel all day long.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
They're really pushing to make it like the classic. I feel like.
I've never seen it.
Everybody loves that movie, but I hate that movie. I never could.
I think I watched it once and I'm just like, no, this is not for me.
Again, it was
I don't
something
think
I
I made
liked
it
as a
through the whole
kid. I wouldn't like it now.
Exactly. Like that one. Jen. We watched Christmas Vacation last night. That's Garrett's favorite. Tonight will be It's a Wonderful Life, and tomorrow will be The Muppets Christmas Carol. I need to fit in Emmett Otter sometime too.
I don't know if we'll be
My
able to
comedy
see-
Christmas. What's it say?
Why is the carpet all?
But,
And then my sister has the one that says, I don't know, Margot. So, and we wear these every year for Christmas Eve. So
that is awesome. I love it.
My
I
favorite
Christmas
comedy
Vacation,
Christmas
yeah.
is Ernest.
goes
Ernest Saves
to
Christmas.
Christmas.
I want to find the one that I watched as a kid. I can't remember the name of it. But it's got Dudley Moore and John Lithgow in it.
That's
John
the
Lithgow plays the
Santa
evil
Claus.
candy guy. The Santa Claus. That's yeah.
I was
That
trying
one
to
is
find
so
it to
good.
watch, but I couldn't find it anywhere like free.
Yeah,
Trying to-
I know. That one is childhood memories to me, is that movie. Because to this day, John Lithgow is an evil, evil person. And when he was on Third Rock from the Sun, I'm like, why does everybody like him? He is evil. Look at him. It's funny how as a kid it shapes the way you think of people, you know? Okay, heading off now. Hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. You as well, Fiona. Take care. My favorite is Love Actually.
I like that one. Yeah.
The Tim Curry version was great.
I like-
Scrooge.
I like
Yes.
seeing what everybody's nostalgic movies are, because with all the 8 different age ranges and everything, like Home Alone could be for some
Yes.
people that are like younger than like us or whatever. And then
Thank you, Storm. Younger than us. I prefer that.
I don't want to mention that I'm older or anything. It's just they're younger than us.
True.
I think you might be the elder in this group today.
I am. I know. I need Elizabeth. So at least whenever she's here, I'm not.
Right? Yeah. Older and wiser, Storm. Older and wiser.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. We shall jump into a sprint. Give me a second here.
I'm probably gonna get off because I probably got to round up my stuff to get ready to go over to my aunt's house. But Merry Christmas!
No problem. No
Thanks for
problem.
popping in. Yeah.
Yes, no, thank you. It was so nice to see you, Storm. Really appreciated it. Let me just go ahead and do that. So we're going to sprint to the top of the hour. So let me go ahead here and share my screen. And we'll do full screen. And we'll hit play. It's happening. There we go. Yay. Enjoy the coffee shop, everybody. Happy reading.
Reading.
So how did everybody do? Looks like Lee had to leave and Danielle had to leave, which is fine.
Okay.
As I said, people jump in and out the whole time. How'd you do, Lindsay?
I read 30 or 40 pages of the Darcy Coates thriller mystery, whatever you want to call this. Yeah.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. It's very cold with the atmospheric, with all this. They're in a blizzard and stuck in a cabin. And now that the Riddler's a killer, they're trying to escape, but they have nowhere to go because all the roads are blocked and all the trails are snow covered over. And yeah.
That one might be a good one. I might have to see if my library has that. I think that's what I need, is something that's not what I would normally read. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
On that line, I actually, because someone mentioned Jonathan Kellerman, I looked that author up. He reminds me of James Patterson, like that kind of.
Yeah. Because you see him everywhere, I feel like, with James Patterson on the same shelf, basically.
Yeah. It's like something my dad would have read, to be honest. So I went in my life. I know it's completely out of order for the series, and I don't care. But I picked up Heartbreak Hotel by him. So the main character is a child psychologist, and his friend is in the LAPD, and they solve homicides. And I'm like, it's not a typical romance that I would read. I'm a chapter in. I'm enjoying it so far. Some 90 or 100-year-old woman has called him and said, I need your help. And he's like, I'm a child psychologist. And she goes, I will pay you a lot of money to come and help me. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And same with James Patterson. I like sometimes reading him, like mix it up, because like he has this really short chapters. And so sometimes if I can't focus or whatever the case is, like I want something to fly through, then something like
that's
that
right.
Is perfect. We'll capture it.
That's right. Darcy Coates. I'm just looking this up while we're.
I've seen her mentioned on BookTube several times. I've never given it a go, and I was like, being out of my norm right now with traveling, I was like, why not pick something that I know describe?
Creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah. So, yes, I don't know if the one I'm reading, if it's just a thriller, or like I said, if it's thriller, horror, or something. I'm not sure. But
I think she's considered to be a horror author, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I haven't seen any atmospheric. I mean, horror things in here yet, but I'm reading the description.
What's funny is that everybody's definition of horror would be completely different.
Yeah. Because to me, right now, it just seems like a thriller.
Yeah. I am interested to see what you think about it.
Yeah. Like I said, she's the very first one I've ever picked up, so I might be picking up one of her.
Clearly, it's popular.
Yeah.
The Toronto Library is a 12-week wait on it.
Okay.
I shall put that on.
It was weird. This book, I just realized it came out in July, but it's like a winter book. So,
well, that's when I would want to read that. I think like it's super hot out. Like give me that cold atmospheric. Jennifer McMahon, that's who I'm assuming she would be like.
Yeah. I have read her.
I have one of her on my shelf. Maybe I'll try that one after the Kellerman and see if that'll.
Yeah, I feel like she does a lot of like dual timeline, where it's like two different mysteries and you're flipping back and forth.
Yes, same as Esther Fox does the same idea, right? In that creepy aspect. Laura Scrooged with Bill Murray. That was one of my favorites. The little fairy, whacks him on the head. Jen Rena, that is a great one. Okay, yay. The two movies we always have to watch is Polar Express and One Christmas Eve. Polar Express is a pretty big one too. You've got little ones. Esther, yes, you'll shoot your eye out. Cheryl, my first Gina Davis thought is Beetlejuice. I forgot she was in Beetlejuice. That's right. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, I always thought it creeped me out. Like the being in the underworld or whatever that was, like with the dead people and
when they
that creeped me out. So I've only seen it one time as a kid, and I was like, basically gave me nightmares, and I haven't seen it as an adult. And like just the look of the guy, with the makeup and the hair.
We were laughing because it was like back in the summertime we were watching something. We saw Michael Keaton, that's who played Beetlejuice, on some TV show or something. And I said, the older he gets, the more and more he looks like Beetlejuice without the makeup. No, because you're right. It's super, super creepy. Like, PK's regarding A Christmas Story. Walking KO yesterday, went by a house with a lovely large nativity scene in front and a big picture window with the leg lamp from the movie. Talk about mixed messages. I like that though. Okay, The Christmas Story is one of my hubby's favorites, but I can do without it. So I tell him if he has to watch it, fine. But if he falls asleep, then it still counts. They did a sequel for that too. Why? Not sure which one we're talking about. Merry Christmas. Yeah, they're all saying Merry Christmas to Storm. I don't really like the Home Alones, but I watch them when watch them. They are still funny. But I'm one of the older ones. Yeah. Bye, Storm. Have a beautiful time. As a kid, we were forced to watch It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, and Scrooge with George C. Scott. It was a family affair. Traditions are fun, though.
Yeah.
We had a pop-up book when I was a kid. I wish I could find a copy of it, of The Night Before Christmas. And it, like you'd open it and it's like the house, and then you'd move it and Santa would be like flying across. I remember that.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, kids, it was destroyed, right?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, I bet it didn't last.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Hallmark put it out. I've looked it up since, and it's not going for cheap on the secondary market. So I'll have to look. Amy, Sarah, I love the Santa Claus movie with John Lithgow, and I have it in Amazon Video. So it's a nostalgia movie for me as well. Yeah, it really is. If you have not seen the Santa Claus, you should.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So it's like true 1980s. And it's like the story of Santa Claus. It starts out with how Santa became Santa. And then it goes to like New York City in the 80s. And there's this like poor kid. And Dudley Moore, of all people, is in it playing an elf. And John Lithgow plays this evil candy maker. And it's just like it's a fun movie. It really is.
And being set in New York too. That would be fun.
Yeah. Christy, I'm late. When are we reading to? Yep. Welcome. And you're never ever late. Cav, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm finishing up the last of my Christmas cozies, reading A Humbug Holiday by London Lovett, Firefly Junction series. Rainy over at Rainy Day Reads really likes that author.
Yes, I haven't read that author, but every time she mentions her, I'm like, I need to start this series or the series that she's talking about. Or yeah,
I know. I love the flower ones. I love the covers on them, and Rainy has like the physical editions, and they're just lovely. You know,
all the bright colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Annie. Hi, all. I'm doing some light reading with Mallory's Christmas Wish, a Babysitter's Club. We approve of that here. We watched Muppets Christmas Carol last night, and Arthur Christmas today, and The Grinch tomorrow. Which Grinch? Because I have big thoughts on the Jim Carrey Grinch, and I do not like it.
I don't like it either. No. Yeah.
Give me the cartoon version of The Grinch. Carol. Oh, hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Christmas. And because of the time difference, I am off to eat my Christmas Eve meal. Well, have a lovely meal, Carol. Hannah. Welcome, Hannah. Merry Christmas. We're getting lunch and heading home from church. And most likely to be reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter's also a big Christmas thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's a big...
Like they're in like a little fire, like but yeah, like they're where they stay in their dorm. It's all like the fireplaces, and when they're studying for their school, and I think a lot of it too. When they're like the Christmas scenes, I feel like are big for those movies, books and movies. Yeah.
Yep. And Carol is Criminali's mom.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she commented on one of my videos, and she said something. She let me know who she was. I guess Ollie told her about my channel, so she watches it because she says she doesn't like what he reads. So thanks, Carol. I'm gonna start reading an audible book from Oliver, aka Criminali. I just think it's so funny when he's called Oliver.
Yeah.
Barb, Sarah, I must tell you that singer that did all the Christmas songs starting from the 1700s blew me away. So did Pentatonic and the Little Drummer Boy. I've been really getting into a lot of the more traditional Christmas music this year, I've noticed. Because we were talking about Carol of the Bells at work. And the girls, I had heard of Pentatonic Pentatonics, but I hadn't heard their version of it. And then I was searching for it on Spotify. And have you heard of the not singer, but musician named Lindsay Sterling?
Yes,
plays
with the violin.
violin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
it's just
It's amazing. Yeah.
I just listened to it last night and I'm like, oh my God, this is so, and like, no singing, just this music. And
Yes.
I
I found her years ago, and I could listen to her. Like that's not normally what I could, I have to be in the mood to listen to like classical music. But with that, I mean, I'm just fascinated, riveted by it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are so talented.
Yeah, I just want to see her on video. Like I just feel like she's just working away at it.
I would love to see her live. I think that would be an
Yeah.
amazing show. Amazing show. Barbara. Oh, and Oh Holy Night. Everyone go listen. I do like that one. Epilogues. Welcome. Can someone let me know when there is going to be a channel for the page count reading challenge in December on Discord? I'm sorry. I will put that up as soon as we're done here. Believe me, I've lost track of days.
Yeah, they slip up on you. All right.
Right?
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
how was it Christmas
Yeah, I
Eve?
thought I had way more time, but no.
Lee says, my brother is here, so we have to get going. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Welcome. Thanks for joining, Lee. I appreciate it. Esther, Lee, see you tomorrow. Happy Christmas. Everybody wishing her a Merry Christmas. 6%. Great job, Anita. Lady Val decided to read Easy as Pie by Karina Taylor instead. Made it to 38%. Well done. Excellent. Tina went from 27 to 39% of dashing through the snow. Feel like flashing through the snow is a bit of a different.
Yeah. Mighty cold.
No, that's a spicy romance right there.
Yes. The interesting cover.
Yeah, right. I feel like there's an author out there whose ears just went, I can write that. Britta said she finished Death Walks a Dog by Tess Baytree, Penelope Standing Mystery No. 1, gave it 4 stars, and listened to 3 chapters of Bad Neighbors by Matthew Costello. Cheringham series number 45.
Wow.
Yikes. Have you read them in order? Like, have you read all of them, Britta? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's my question. Yeah.
Yeah. You got 71% of Marshmallow Malice. When you posted that, I thought, oh, maybe I'll reread Candy Cane Crime, another one of the novellas in the Amanda Flower series, because that's really cute.
Yeah, I need to continue with that. I stopped at the Easter. It was an Easter bunny, like a chocolate covered bunny on the cover.
Yes,
I need to read more,
yes.
but I stopped. I think book 3. It was like a point in novella, like you're saying, like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there is where I stopped off. But
The novellas are so cute. I really like them. And she says, oops, typo, slashing, not flashing. Oh, Ro, hello. I will be able to pop in about an hour. Fantastic, Ro. Whenever you can jump in, that's great. No worries. PK. I'm looking for an audiobook I can stick with because I have to crochet like a mad woman, narrowing down the possibilities.
now, what if it's like for like a Christmas present? Like you need to like get it done before Christmas. Yeah, that would make me so nervous. Like signing myself up to having these hard deadlines, and yeah, I'd be ready to get something like here's something I bought. Let's crochet, and then I'm working on yours though. I would end up doing something like that.
I know one year a friend of mine was knitting a pair of socks for her significant other, and didn't finish. She finished 1.5 socks, and she gave it to them in a gift with the yarn still attached. She's like, I'm going to finish. Yeah.
No.
But that's why I will not gift knit for people now. Not with a deadline,
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is like start doing some knitting like in January of like hats and mittens and stuff in like nice acrylic yarn and random colors, and then just put them in a bag. And then come the holidays, be like, oh, I need to give a gift to somebody.
Yeah.
And if not,
I
I can
already ready.
donate them to the shelter or something like that. That might be nice too, right? So, but I wanted, actually, my aunt, I like what she does. She knits and she makes blankets and she donates them to the pet shelters.
Okay.
So the animals will have these hand knitted blankets, which I mean, I know you'll appreciate that too.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
really
do that.
nice.
That would be nice. Julie, I'm 40 pages into The Woman with Me, The Woman in Me with Me. That's a completely different book. And learning some interesting things about Brittany's childhood. Yeah, she was, from what I understand, I don't want to say JonBenet Ramsey because that's a completely different thing, but I think she was really kind of like, oh, you're going to go into this and you're going to do this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, Nina, Julie Jackson, I loved reading her memoir. I listened to 7% and did some laundry. Excellent. Charlotte, 72%. Tina's asking, do you make YouTube videos?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah.
She is Lindsay Reeds. Here, hold on. Her name will be that. Have a look for her.
Yeah.
Your little image is what was your cat's name?
Yes, my cat Winnie. Yes, yeah, because she was constantly on my videos at the time because she was like glued to my hip. Like everywhere I went, she was very cuddly and always just wanted to sit with you. So like I would be reading my book and I had like propped up on a pillow, and 9 times out of 10, like she'd been on there for hours or whatever, and I didn't know. I would move and like, oh, here you are, because she was so light and fluffy. But she was a small cat, but she always would be sitting with me. Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
But yeah, my picture's like her sitting on my bookcase. Yeah.
Yes. And a beautiful black cat. Black cats are the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, Presley, but it's true. Kay says, I got to chapter 37, a little over an hour. Nice. And making progress on projects. Excellent. Lady Val says, I've read Darcy Coates, and her version of horror is what I would classify as creepy, but not really scary. There you go. Storm is in a car right now, heading to the relatives and shuddered. She doesn't know why. Her soul sensed that you started a Kellerman book out of order, Sarah.
Oh my god! But even the title that would grab me, like Heartbreak Hotel, like
right?
That would be
That's
interesting.
what I was looking through what was available, and I'm like, that's the one that like the title sounded the most interesting to me. But for those of you who may or may not want to participate in February in the retro romance, we are doing a series team and an out of order series team. And then we have a couple prompts for standalone. So it's going to be fun.
Like I often will read like one book out of order. Like if someone's talking a book or whatever, like you talk about a book, and okay, I'll read it. But then if I really like it, then I'll try and go back. I don't necessarily have to, but that's what I tend to do.
Yeah, I agree. Esther asks, what is everyone having for Christmas dinner tomorrow?
We're doing our thing today. It's our event today. Is we're having lasagna.
Ooh,
yeah,
yum.
Like garlic bread and all the different fixings.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your place.
I'm sorry. I just want to get some Scotch tape.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Aw.
One second, I'll take myself off.
No, you're fine.
One real quick.
I
Okay.
thought I had enough. But... Yes, what's in there?
We are having Garrett made chili tonight. Tomorrow, I don't know. We were gonna do turkey, but it's just me, Mom, and Garrett. But our dinner is gonna be on Boxing Day at my brother's, and we're ordering in. Any other Canadians who are on here will know. It's called Swiss Chalet, and they make like rotisserie chicken. So that's what we're having and you can get the festive special, as they call it, and it comes with stuffing and cranberry sauce, and I'm like, I can't wait.
Oh yeah,
And chocolate comes with chocolate too.
Yeah, I wish we had Boxing Day here. Every single year. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like we need the next day off after Christmas. Like it's we on a Monday and then you have to work the rest of the week.
I was looking at the calendar for next year, and Christmas falls on a Wednesday, and I'm like, that means we're going to be working Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday for us. You guys will have to go back to work.
Yeah,
you're
you're right in the middle of the week.
In the middle of the week. Yeah. So, but I think I don't think this is the reason, but because I used to work with an American company, you in the US, you guys get the day after Thanksgiving off.
Yeah, the Black Friday, and they changed it now to what is it, like Heritage Day or something? I can't remember. They changed that Black Friday day to something else, but yeah, we do get those 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas we only get the 1 day for Thanksgiving up here, but we get the 2 days at Christmas. But to me, the 2 days at Christmas makes more sense.
Yeah, I would much rather have that.
Right? Exactly. So, Anyway, I'm not going to complain. It's thank you very much. That's what we get for still being part of the colonies. So
Yes.
you guys decided to leave. You picked your choice. Okay.
Very true.
Nina, I love watching Muppets Christmas Carol. Yes. They are finally making Beetlejuice 2 with Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton. Yeah, I don't know. Can we not remake everything,
Yeah.
please? Can we do something new?
It's just never as good. Like, I don't know.
No. Like, how many times have they redone Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, they have a new one just now out. Yeah, always. Like,
Gene Wilder
Mm-hmm.
is that's it. That's
Yeah, the
it's
iconic
him.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Nobody else. You know what? You want your kids to see what would be good instead of remaking stuff, bring some of these movies back to theater.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like just as if it
Or
was
like
like
remaster them or whatever. Like the
Yeah. Garrett and I were actually talking about that last night too in the car, that we were saying like a lot of these big name concerts, like not Britney Spears, but Taylor Swift, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can get tickets, but if they broadcast the concert
Yeah.
to like a local movie theater, I would go.
Yeah, now all
would
over the
sit
country.
and watch a
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Eating popcorn and having a comfortable seat, I would totally do that.
And it costs a lot of money too. Like I have a coworker who really likes Taylor Swift, and it's a lot of money. And she was going to drive way out, like 2 states over, to go see it because that was the only place where she was able to get tickets. And
Wow.
it's a thing.
Wow.
They're like dedicated viewers, or
We'll pay that kind of money. I mean, the
Mhm,
last
mhm.
concert
Yeah.
I went to was pre-pandemic. So we're going back like 4 or 5 years now. And I saw Jason Aldean, Kane Brown, and Chris Young, I think. Anyway, it was
Okay.
the three of them. Tickets cost me over $100, like for one ticket.
Mhm.
Like that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The Dixie Chicks, which I saw 20 years ago, cost me $100. And I was so far up in the nosebleeds, it could have been anybody on that stage.
A little stack. Yeah.
Yeah. You end up watching it on a screen anyway.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
why
that's what
not?
I noticed too. Same thing.
Right? Sorry, that's my hot take on concerts. Also, Gina Davis in A League of Their Own is my thought. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorites. I got my hubby the major award lamp last year, and the sequel was about the
Okay, there's a
Christmas
sequel in
Carol.
that. Okay.
Okay, very good. The Caro Hunt was the one that I read. Okay, so that must have been the Darcy Coates that she read. Alice, I love the original Miracle on 34th Street. I love seeing everyone dressed up to go to Macy's. Spoiler alert for a 76-year-old film. I still tear up when they bring in the letters. Aw.
I need to see that one. I've only seen the one with the Matilda character in there, like the more modern ones. I haven't seen. But yeah, that was like years and years ago. But,
Yeah, that was our generation's
Mhm,
version
yeah,
of it, I think.
yeah. But,
Annie, my brother-in-law loves A Christmas Story so much that he cooked duck and chopped off the head at the table, like the Chinese dinner in the movie.
I don't know. It still would make me like, okay, maybe I'll eat some of this rice or something.
I'm good. I'm
I don't know
just
if I
this. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christy says Bridgerton released a $1 blooper reels. They built us up for 8 days for $1 blooper reel. You're kidding me. I'm over Bridgerton. I will not watch the new season.
Yeah, I only saw the first couple episodes of the first season, but yeah.
I just don't like what they've done with it, but that's just my opinion. Jim Carrey's Grinch is frightening. Jim Carrey, anything is frightening.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Yeah, his face, and I don't know, he's like, constantly moving around, and yeah.
Well, someone was saying Tim Curry earlier, who was in Home Alone, right?
Mhm.
He would have been a perfect Grinch in the live action, because there's a scene in Home Alone where he does that grin, and it's just it looks like the Grinch, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been perfect. Okay, I only like the original cartoon version of the Grinch. Excellent.
Same here.
I like the 2018 Grinch for the movie version and the original cartoon too. All right, we'll allow that as long as you like both. Laura says the Potter films used to come out at Christmas. Then they ruined it and switched it to summer. I figured they had something to do. And Christmas
Yeah.
always happens in the
Mhm,
books. At
yeah.
some
And there's
point.
always like a winter scene, and yeah, because like they're set in what I would think would be like Scotland or something. Yeah, where they
Yeah,
often.
yeah. I mean, I
Well,
can
yeah.
understand why they'd have that Christmas, feel to them, right? Oh, happy Christmas, Lee. Enjoy time with your family. Lindsay Sterling is awesome. Yes. Oh, Storm is here. Hello, Storm. We said her name and summoned her, much like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. um, I feel that, PK, trying to get things done, and all I hear is the clock ticking. Yes. Epilogues. I am reading Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. I am liking it. Excellent. PK says Crochet Project is an Afghan birthday present for our receptionist. I have until January 19th, but the yarn just showed up last week,
Oh,
less than a
gosh.
month. Okay, that's a crunch right there.
Yeah.
This is for your next birthday. I have a project I've been working on for almost a year that I really need to finish tonight, but it may be smaller than was planned.
Yeah, like a blanket or something. Okay, I'm just not doing
yeah.
Last length.
No, it was meant to be this size. Pet blankets, yes. PK crochet like the wind. Annie got to 32%. Anita says, I think I'm having ham and a bunch of sides. Oh, I do enjoy ham. Esther, I'm going to be popping in a turkey breast here. Pretty quick for tonight. Leftovers tomorrow and the day after that. And the day after that. Yeah. And lasagna as well for Esther. Hannah, we do a Christmas brunch, but most likely going to be snack foods. We are not in a Christmas mood. I'm hearing that from so many people.
It's
Laura,
been warm here too, with like, so it hasn't even necessarily felt like winter. It's more like fall or spring weather here.
yeah, we've had rain. Like, it's just, this is Canada.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
Of all of the places, like you feel like you'd more guarantee of a white Christmas than
Christmas,
most.
yeah.
But, yeah.
And I mean, I work with a couple people who are newer to the country, right?
Mhm.
And we were commenting at work there, and I said, it was never like this years ago. It's been like this every year. I said, how long have you been here? 4 or 5 years? I said, let's go back about 20.
Yeah.
Up to my knees at Christmas, like. But bless your heart for thinking that that's the case.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Canada had Boxing Day too. Yes, we do. I don't know what it means, but it's essentially a day off of work.
Okay.
And I'm having chicken and sausage gumbo. Tina, since it's only going to be me and my parents, none of the other siblings, we're going to do something a bit different. Soup and steak. Excellent. Lady Bell says we're doing
I didn't know it was a thing. I think they've done this one other time, but yeah.
I feel like it would be a thing, I guess, depending on your background or your
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. Homemade lasagna, I'll take it.
Right, I'm gonna say, no, don't complain.
Yeah.
Ham, sweet potatoes, beans, and biscuits. I do love a good biscuit. I'm in charge of meatloaf dinner, and we are untraditional, making meatloaf, potatoes, carrots, macaroni and cheese, and rolls. Oh, homemade spinach dip for an appetizer and cookies for dessert. Okay, now I'm going to both your place and Rose's place, and I think you're both on the West Coast, so it should be easy for me. Cheryl, I'm making potato pancakes since I didn't get them during Hanukkah. Yum.
Yeah, I do love those. Yes.
The latkes, yes.
Mhm.
Tina says we're going to do lasagna soup, loaded baked potato soup, and some steak on the side. That sounds really good. Storm hanging out in the chats, and I love that everyone knows me so well that my soul would shudder at Sarah reading out of order. PK says I made Chex Mix last night for Munchies. Oh, I love that stuff. And we shuddered for you. Thanks, guys. We're having turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, pies, etc. I made chocolate lasagna as a dessert.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's like a layered chocolate and
chocolate layered upon chocolate.
Like
and loose in
Oreos or something. I'm trying to think, what would the be like a graham cracker, a chocolate graham cracker crust or something, like a tiramisu or something.
Right? Like a moose or
Sounds
isn't-
good though.
don't
I mean,
find it.
yeah,
Yeah.
whipped
I'll be
cream,
looking up a
mousse,
recipe for that during the sprints.
yeah.
Oh, so it is 2:30. We shall jump into another sprint. Can you stick around, Lindsay, or are
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I'll stick around this last sprint. Yeah,
Sounds
for
good.
me. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so everybody, happy reading. Welcome, Ro.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, hello. So, what are you reading?
I want to finish up, I think, my last cozy of the year. I want to finish the Brewing Trouble trilogy by Joyce Trimmel. So I'm reading the last book in that. And I'm only a couple chapters in.
Excellent. And how'd you do, Lindsay?
I did pretty good. I read like 35 pages or so. Still haven't figured out the killer, but I'm like, I should see where I'm at in this book, actually. I just started it this morning. But I could, it's not going to be till the end. But let me see. I'm 29% of the way through.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got to 7 or 8% of the Kellerman book. I'm not absolutely certain what I think about it, but maybe I'll give it one more chapter because they're relatively quick reads. So I might even just go ahead and just say, forget it, I'll finish it because it's reading quickly, right? So that's a good thing.
I wanted to show you something, Sarah, if I could. So thinking about knitting hats. So my grandma got an Addy knitting machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we tested it out for the first time yesterday. I went over there and I made a beanie in like 2 hours. It's
wow.
Well done.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. So what is it like? You just set the program and it does it for you, or
So like there's these hooks and you just go in it. We watched a YouTube tutorial and you go in and out of the hooks and then you just crank it like to get up to 120 and then you cast it off by doing this thing and it made a bean and then you like scrunch it and it's just crazy because to think like how long this would have taken to knit compared to 2 hours, I was like, wow. Because she's like 81 and she likes to knit, but she goes, sometimes I just want to get something done fast. So because she's been working on this same bag for like a month for her friend. And so she was like, saw an ad for the machine. So she got it. And so we tested out making myself a beanie and you can do other stuff. There's like some YouTube channels, they devote their entire thing to the Addy machine or like there's other brands.
Okay.
And you can make stuff with flat panels and turn it into projects. You can make stuff in the circular. It's crazy. I told her, I was like, could you imagine people from the 1700s watching us do this, thinking like, That's funny.
No, it's pretty cool. I've seen them at like Michael's and something similar at like Michael's and stuff. They've got them for. I've seen the kits for like little kids to like learn how to do it. So it's like it's like a circle with these knobs that stick out of it, and you like wrap the yarn around it.
Yeah,
and then you turn it like Ro was saying, and then it creates the knit stitches as you're going.
She accidentally bought the kid version first, and it will only make a child size beanie. And I didn't say that until the yeah. So it was like this big. So I'm like, this is gonna fit my head, and then so she reordered the big one. But you can do different stitches. There's some girls that can add texture and stuff, so we're gonna play around with it. I was like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
very
think
cool.
to use it exclusively takes the fun out of it, but every once in a while,
I can see it absolutely, like you said, to get something quick off the needles, as we say, like to use up some yarn if you're trying to do like gift knitting or charity knitting. I could absolutely see that as well. I think that would be great, but I mean, you're not like you can't. I've known people who've done socks. Like there's one for socks, but you're only really getting a tube sock because you have to do the heel separately, right? So
there's some things you can't do,
yeah, and like you're not going to get a sweater out of it necessarily.
Yeah, there is this one girl. You can make panels and sew them together.
You could.
There was this one girl. Yeah, she was saying knitting beanies for charity, and she just made like a whole bunch, and so.
Absolutely. For something like for that, I think it's absolutely fantastic. And even if you just want to try the craft out and see what you think, like, would I like doing something like this? Right. And then you graduate to actually, and I'm not saying it's not knitting, but you graduate to actual knitting. You know what I mean?
It's like, so I'm a crocheter, so I've never really seen the knit stitch, and it's beautiful. Like just looking at the pattern,
Yeah, those little V's.
Yeah.
Because the crochet, like, it creates holes, right? That's the difference, right? The knit is like actually like all the material is.
It doesn't. No, there doesn't have to be holes in crochet, but the finished product just looks different. Like you can look at something and tell if it's crocheted or knit just from looking at it. Yeah.
How it's woven together. Okay.
Yeah. And like I feel like knitting's super hard. Sarah feels like crochet is super hard. So we're like
crochet is super hard. But no, I did hear this years ago, and it's been confirmed that it's true that if you are in a store and you see like a knitted sweater, that was probably made on a machine. But if you see something that was crocheted, it was actually done by hand. There are no machines that will crochet.
Right.
But machines that will knit. So, and I'm sadly wearing a pair of socks today that have a hole in them.
Oh, how do you repair that? Can you?
I don't know because there's several
Oh.
holes in them because I had my socks in this big bag and George jumped into the bag and then did one of these. Like,
Yeah.
no, they must go up in the cupboard.
Oh, I hope he
Yeah.
didn't do that to a lot of them.
Yeah.
It was
It's
just
almost
this
like a perfect
bear.
little nest for him to like bed down.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm like, I'm
He's
gonna
like,
get so
"Ooh."
Garrett knit them a blanket.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple holes and this was one of my favorite pairs too because I
Oh,
did
no.
cabling along the side of it.
Hmm.
So it's not going to be pretty, but you can darn stuff where you like felt the yarn to get it to,
Okay.
go
So
back.
instead of like putting a patch on there, you're gonna like get the strands
Correct.
and try and like okay.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to take a needle to it and just try and close up the hole as best as I possibly can just so I don't
But then
care,
You got to find the right color yarn, or it could just be like patchwork socks.
And exactly, patchwork
Yeah.
I'm fine with because
Yeah.
I made them,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, I told my
Um,
grandma about you and that 'cause she likes to read cozies and romance, and I told her that you wear nothing but knitted socks now. She goes, "Oh, I wish I could do that." She's like, "Because you said once you go back, like once you start, you never go back to store bought." Yeah.
The only
she-
ones that I will still wear that are store bought is I do have a bunch, and if I'm like exercising, I'll of course wear those because it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to destroy, my hand knits, but for everyday use.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Where were we? Hannah, I have a job interview the day after Christmas, praying for a Christmas miracle.
Yes.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
And she works
Barb
at a
says she's having-
library.
Mm.
Oh, at the library?
Yeah, she wants to try for a new position at the library
Hmm.
because she already
Oh.
works there. So she's trying
Okay.
to
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Barbara, we are having the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Yum. Magical Emma Rose, welcome. Having the worst
Aw.
Christmas Eve ever where you have to say you're not hungry, thanks to just avoid people. So I thought I'd come here. Happy Christmas Eve, everyone. Well, I hope it gets better for you.
Happy Christmas Eve.
Yeah, sometimes people are just too much. We are having a huge family gathering tomorrow, like 20 plus people coming over. Wow. Kay says it is the turkey. People need an extra day after stuffing themselves. Not everyone does a big dinner for Christmas. We like Chinese for it. Don't know what we are doing this year though. Storm, we are having tacos and enchiladas for Christmas. Oh my god, that sounds delicious too.
I didn't realize so many people didn't do a traditional Christmas. Like
Yeah, I
that's
didn't know you
refreshing.
could bring hair. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, we're weird having meatloaf, but I didn't know that so many people did
Mhm.
that
Mm-hmm.
because we have the turkey and the ham for Thanksgiving, so we're like over
Yes.
it by that point.
Mhm. Makes sense. Yeah.
And then so like I do 2 Thanksgivings. I go to my in-laws and my mom's with my brother on that side. But for Christmas, I just go to my mom's because I do the cooking for Christmas. I don't have to cook for Thanksgiving. And so my in-laws and them are just going to a restaurant. She's like, I'm not cooking this year. So
For
Yeah,
sure.
like the time that you can have a break. Yeah, from all the everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They did the Eras tour was filmed and theaters and now it's available to rent.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's what
I
gave me the
rented it.
idea, but
Hmm.
I rented it on the day it came out on her birthday, December 13th. And it was amazing. It was 3 hours long. And I joked to my husband, I said, this is way better than actually going to the concert. You get the best viewing of her because it's front and center, perfect. And you don't get to be around all the screaming people because
Yeah.
you can
when I go
actually
to-
hear the music.
Yes, I hate when you go to concerts and everybody's screaming the
Oh.
song. I'm like, did we pay to hear the singer sing or you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I only had to pay $19.89. So, it was like the best deal.
Absolutely. And you can
yeah.
pause it if you need to use the
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can rewatch parts because once you rent it, you have it for 30 days. But if you start it, you have 48 hours. So over the
Oh.
48 hours, I watched the whole thing and I was able to go back and forth to my favorite parts the next day or two. So,
Nice.
and it was
Nice.
amazing. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but when I was talking to Garrett about it, like I knew of that because my niece and I were actually going to go to theaters to see it, but we never got
Yeah.
around to it. But like for example, let's say Taylor's here in Toronto next year, maybe like 5 select movie theaters would simulcast the actual concert,
That would
and
be
I
awesome,
think that
yeah.
would be cool. Like you'd get, of course, the artist is going to make money off of it
Mhm.
anyway,
Mhm.
right? And I said
Yeah.
if I was a parent and I had it, because Taylor has a lot of younger fans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That I could
Right.
see, like, you don't want to take your 8-year-old to this big show, but but you take them to the theater to go
Yeah.
see it on the big screen, right? You
Right.
let
You still
so
feel like you're a part of it. Yeah.
exactly,
that'd be
exactly, because
awesome.
you're there with all the other fans too, and it, I just anyway, just putting it out there, artists, if you're watching this, because that might be the only chance I'm going to see some of you.
And that's where I said it. Yeah.
Yeah, concert to theaters. Tina, I meant she did it, and it was like 10 times cheaper
Mm-hmm.
to watch. Like 100 times cheaper from the price I've seen some of the tickets go for.
Yeah.
PK says
I was gonna go
ahead.
to the I was gonna go to the theater, and I was like, but I heard people were like turning it into a mini concert and they were singing everything, and I'm like, I don't even want that. I'm like, I just want to watch. So I was like, I think she's gonna stream it. I'm like, she's knows to make money. She's gonna stream it, and then she did.
Oh.
So, because
Taylor's
I'm
not a
the type
stupid
of person.
businesswoman.
No,
Yeah,
she's made billions from this. I'm the type of person where
God, yeah.
I want to hear the artist. I don't want to hear the people around me. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I
No,
do the
I'm
same
with you.
way.
I'm with you 100%. PK1 Christmas Eve traditional dinner my family insisted, which I did not continue, was oyster stew. Basically
Ew.
milk soup with oysters. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sure there's some people in the comments going, ooh. And we did a girly night on Tuesday. We watched Barbie and Taylor Swift. It was so much fun. That is
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
My sister got insanely cheap tickets for Taylor, and they were only $200 each.
Insanely cheap.
For this evening theater, it's like $20 each. Yeah. $200 is considered cheap for a concert. That's ridiculous. The original Miracle on 34th Street is my favorite movie. I cry at that part every time too. I love the original Miracle on 34th Street. I refuse to watch any of the remakes. Oh, Hannah, I thought you were my friend. I like the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch.
I've come to appreciate it because I don't know if you guys have heard about how hard it was for him to film it. He actually had to, it was about 8 to 10 hour process of getting all the prosthetics on.
Yes.
And he said he felt like he was suffocating. They had someone come in, a military trainer that had to teach him like when someone takes you prisoner, like and they perform acts of like terror. Yeah, he had to have a hostage trainer come in to teach him techniques how to deal because he said he felt like he was suffocating. He wanted to quit after like the first 2 days of filming. So the guy came in and taught him breathing things and mental techniques of how to, like if you're in a form of hostage, how to survive it. So I like appreciate it now. But yeah.
Wow.
So you
And he
mentioned
said-
I'm thinking about he has like something on his nose, right? So I bet like his airways are
The
really
whole thing,
restricted.
nothing CGI, the whole outfit was, and so he said at one point he actually started to pull stuff off, and their whole day was ruined. They couldn't film because he felt like he was trapped, like under sand. And
Wow.
so
You'd
I
almost
appreciate
need
it now,
hazard
but-
pay. Yeah.
Yeah, that I hope he got paid big. Yeah.
Very well for that. PK, it's been in the 50s here in MT is what?
Montana.
Thank you. But yesterday we got some white stuff. Somebody's saying I'm dreaming of a white Christmas a little too hard. We'll be gone by Tuesday temperature wise. We are not going to have any snow for Christmas. We're going to have snow later on this coming week. Because why not? Reading The Vulnerables by Sigrid Nuez. Really enjoying it. Excellent, Anne. Jen, tonight we're having chicken parm. Tomorrow we're having a ham. Just the three of us this year, so we're not doing too much. Those both sound delicious.
Yeah.
We started years ago on my side of the family having soup with finger foods and desserts for Christmas. We don't want a big turkey and dressing again just after Thanksgiving. And for you guys too, it's super close to each other, right? Like it's less than a month away, right?
Yeah.
You know, at least we're the beginning of October to now,
right?
So a bit more of a break. But even then, still, we did turkey when Grandma was alive, and ham, and pie, and pierogies, and I don't know who she thought was coming for dinner.
I was like my grandma cooking everything, and she's just a lady living by herself. But she always, every time you went to her house, holiday or not, she had cakes and cookies, biscuits, everything. She had a fridge full, ready for visitors at all time.
And if you told her you were not hungry,
and
you left without eating, she was
if you were hungry.
You just stabbed that.
I'll give you a little thing right here, and then a little thing was like size of your hand or something.
And she indulged the kids, right? Like we would come over, and my cousin was notorious for this. And she'd have all this food and stuff, and she'd be like, "What do you want?" You'd be like, "Pancakes," and she'd make them freaking pancakes from scratch. Come on, really?
They made it look so easy that when I was an adult, I'm like, seriously, it doesn't just like appear.
Mhm. Yeah.
We do.
It's not coming from a little box or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that finger food idea. Makes it easy to host too. Something in one pot and everyone brings the rest. It has to be our one Christmas tradition now with my family. I really like that. Monica, hello. Sarah, my dear, I'm so happy to catch you live. Finally, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Amy, chocolate lasagna is layered Oreo cookie crust with cream cheese, chocolate pudding, and Cool Whip layers, topped with mini chocolate chips. It is so yummy. That sounds delicious. Oh, must try. Oh, hold on.
Chocolate lovers drink.
Danielle's back. Welcome back.
Hi.
Jessica says, just joined. I'll be reading The Kept Woman by Karen Slaughter. Excellent. I love we're getting like very Christmas and very non-Christmas. Like there's no in between here.
I was over Christmas the first week, sadly.
I'm just not Christmas this year. Next
But
year.
don't you normally like starting the year with a thriller, but now you're trying to end one, huh?
I think I'm just like, I just think I'm not Christmas this year.
Right. You did do a couple though. I did too. Yeah.
I tried to get into the spirit this year, but I couldn't.
Understandable. Yeah.
And it just can't, like, it just came so quickly. That's how I felt as well. Like, wasn't it just Halloween?
Yeah.
How is it like, you know?
Well, I felt like we were anticipating it so hard that when it actually came, we're like, wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Monica says, PKA, all the weather lately is so unusual. I miss my Christmases in Montana. The best time of my life. Merry Christmas. Hello, Monet. Welcome. Rebecca, I just got here, was preparing root vegetables for roasted cider glazed root vegetables for dinner tonight with pork chops. I'm loving hearing all this different food.
Mm-hmm.
Having a break and some clam chowder.
That I would understand. The oyster one with the milk broth, that threw me off. I like oyster, the clam chowder. It sounds a little bit more appealing.
Yeah. Oh, yay. Hannah said she finished her book. Well done. You got to 75%. Britta's still listening to Bad Neighbors, a nice, cozy series set in a small town in England. I've read all 45 books in the Charrington Hand series, and at Storm, this one's for you. I read them all in order.
Yeah, if you guys friend Britta on Goodreads, she reads so much. It's insane.
Yep, absolutely. Hi, Ro. Got 49%. Well done, Tina. 72%. Well done. I'm going to be starting Ward D by Frida McFadden next. I think that's also thriller. Sounds like it. I got 45%. Oh. Ro, did you do the Annie Sampler crochet blanket?
No, you'll have to. I don't even know what that is. Is it on YouTube?
No. Annie's is a company that sells like kits for crochet and knitting.
Okay.
And she does like this crochet sampler where you get a new pattern every month, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it ends up making this really cool.
Okay. I'll look into that. That's really neat.
Yeah. Second walk done. Turkey breast in the oven. It's a big one. So I'm free for 3.5 or so hours. Oh, but the house when the turkey is cooking just smells so delicious. Rebecca reading Sleep No More by Jane Ann Krantz, a paranormal romance. She's a good author. Jessica, I got 64%, started on 59%, but have to go. Thank you for the sprints. You're welcome, Jessica. Thanks so much for joining us.
I was looking on Libby and Harlequins, and my library has quite a bit, and they had some of the nocturnal ones or whatever, and I was like, that might be fun.
The paranormals?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those were really fun. Case's got to chapter 46. I'm slowly making progress on projects. Well done. More than halfway through The Vulnerables. Thinking I can finish it today. Great job, Anne. Case says knitting makes a V shape, although there is a way to crochet to make it look that way.
Yeah, the Tunisian crochet. I haven't tried that yet.
My friend does that. I knew someone who did, and it's just so magical to watch because it's like it's a long crochet. Am I right? Needle.
Yeah, so you're like Well, yeah, you can't. Yeah, so you're basically like putting all your loops on one needle, and then you're taking your crochet hook and like going into each loop. So instead of like working with a working yarn, you're working from loops like you would knitting, but you're instead of using a second knitting needle, you're using a crochet hook, and it's crazy looking. Yeah,
It's interesting. Yeah, it's really cool to see it. I'm interviewing for a full-time position at the library. Mama needs health insurance. Yes. Yes. Mandy. Bad George, yes. poor stupid George. Okay, just talked to hubby and we are having roast for Christmas
Nice.
dinner. Unless we go to his parents. They found out they changed his schedule at work because of Christmas. And says, I am over Christmas and it has not happened yet.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's feeling for a lot of
I
people.
want to read Christmas after Christmas.
Well, that's it. And that's the thing is that I'll read it all year round.
Yeah.
yeah.
Esther, and like you, Sarah, the rain instead of snow just doesn't feel like Christmas. No, it does not.
Well, you guys normally get a lot of snow in January, right? Like in Canada.
February, March,
February,
April,
Oh, okay.
May.
Oh wow, wow. So you'll be over it by the time you get it.
We're opening the pool and it's still snowing.
Wow. And meanwhile, I'll be on fire. So we're in the 50s, 60s. That's like about as cool as we get during the day. And now I'm loving it. At first, I was freezing because we went from hundreds to 90s, but now I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm visiting in the Sacramento area right now.
Oh my God, that's like an hour from me.
Okay, yeah, and so
Yeah.
like, I used to live here, but I'm now in Portland, Oregon, where it's like the gray and rainy often, but it still has like the overcast, like the snowy sky, but you don't get the snow coming. You just you
Yeah.
have rain instead. But then coming here, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so bright, my eyes hurt. It's taking me-
Wow. Yeah.
and
See,
it's
I'd love to be in the.
so
I'd love
hot.
Yeah, and see, I'd love to be in the Pacific Northwest because you guys get a ton of rain. When we get a rain, it's like a miracle.
It pours, and when it rains, so it pours. Like there, it's often like just sprinkling, constant. Yeah.
Well, we poured last week. We were pouring rain. That's not normal for us. We normally
Okay.
get sprinkles here and there, but I
Yeah.
I was loving it last Monday. Yeah,
Yeah. It took me a while to
I
get
was like,
used
it's a Christmas miracle. It's raining.
to it. Yeah.
Oh, while you're in Sacramento, see if you can get a Sacramento library card. It has the best catalog ever.
Okay.
I wonder if they'll let you get one.
Yeah, because when I used to live here, because like you could, you didn't need to be living
You
in
just
that
have to
county.
be. You just have to be a
Yeah.
California resident. But
Yeah,
if you can
yeah,
get your
'cause, yeah. I got
binder-
to have LA. I have it's like San Francisco.
yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
have a Sacramento one because I used to live here. Yeah, and so it never like deactivated. It's
You
like,
can get
nice.
get any California card. So if any city I visit, because I'm a California resident, I can get a card. That's
yeah,
why I have.
that's the same way I used to do. Yeah, that's how I've collected. Yeah, people think I'm crazy, but no, it helps. You don't know the reading live.
And they have the best. They have the best catalog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why buy books if you don't have to?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like yes,
Yeah,
or
the
today
library app
Garrett
is great. Yeah.
Garrett was throwing the groceries in the back of the car, and the 2 books that I had to take back from the library were still sitting there. Garrett goes, "You went to the library yesterday. Why didn't you take these back?" I'm like, "That was a different library." I went through
Oh, yeah.
when I left the house. I went this way instead
Oh,
of this
no.
way, and I'm like, "Well, since I'm going this way, there's bad traffic. I'll go to that library, and then tomorrow's Christmas Day. I've got nothing else to do. I'll run over to the library and drop them in the drop box.
There
It's
you
fine.
go.
It's all good, you know." Take them back. Okay, I'm going to get off now. I've also got to make some cookies today. I also have to do some cleaning. Thank you for the sprints, ladies. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I got to make
Merry
cookies later
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I've been seeing people like on Instagram, like with all their preparing like for weeks now for their Christmas cookies. I think they're freezing them. And I'm just like constantly all these different ideas. And
I'm just
I
making
know.
one. I'm just making one kind. I haven't done it yet before, but you just take like box mix, yellow cake mix, and you put the eggs in the oil, and then it makes the dough, and then you roll them in cinnamon sugar. So you're making snickerdoodles, but they're supposed to be like really soft, like cakey,
Like
and I love
cakey,
snickerdoodles. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
like, so that's what I'm doing. And then I got to make my spinach dip, which every year they're like, you better make spinach dip. I'm like, of course. And then
Love
so that's
spinach
what I'm
dip.
making. I know. And so that's what I'm making tonight. And then tomorrow I'm doing the other. And I'm like, that's my contribution. Like, I'm not buying gifts. It's a small family. I'm like, I'm cooking and buying all the food. And you guys, because it adds up. Like,
yeah, and the time invested and yeah.
mhm, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I've
no,
already
I'm,
crocheted. I've already crocheted them stuff earlier in the year too.
Mm.
So I'm like, yeah.
and we don't buy for the adults. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We don't do that. So it's just
And
for
I-
my niece
yeah,
and
like-
nephew.
And so like I told my brother and his girlfriend, I'm like, I don't need anything. And I'm like, oh, Amazon gift cards always appreciated, but I don't need anything. And my mom goes, I will get you what I want to get you. I'm like, that's fine, Mom. She loves buying presents.
And there are some people that are like the one lady at work. She literally bought something for every single person in the office.
Yeah. Some
Wow.
I'm like,
people love
what are
that.
you
Yeah.
doing? Like, you
Yeah.
know? And which was it was super sweet of her, and then she bought everybody pizza as well on Friday.
Wow.
Like brought pizza in for
Very
breakfast. And I'm
generous.
like,
Yeah.
you know, how much are they paying you? No, just kidding.
Yeah. It's like, so here's, I'm going to put half my paycheck back into the office.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're not a huge office. There's like 20-ish people, but still.
That's still a lot.
You know?
That's more than
Yeah,
a family.
yeah. Even at $5
And
each, that's
And these were boxes of chocolate she was buying people. Like the one
Yeah.
girl I sit beside, she got a brand new because for the Christmas party we were all curling each other's hair, and Monica's like, "Oh, I don't have a curling iron," so she bought her a freaking curling iron.
Oh,
Like
wow.
that's what I mean. Like they weren't like $5 gifts, you
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
That reminds me, I need to go to the library. What you, Mandy, the library? No, I'm just kidding. This girl reads like nobody's business. She read 700 and some odd books 2
Wow.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that her channel? Does she have a channel?
Yeah, she cross stitches. She's
Oh, but she has-
Mandy is my friend. We have
Yeah, I
met
heard you
in
talk
real life.
about her. Does she talk about her reading on her channel or?
I don't think so. Do you,
Oh,
Mandy?
okay.
And she's really just doing the Flossmas as they call it for the floss tube community. And she's an amazing cross stitcher, like amazing. Hannah, I love giving presents, but I hate receiving them. It depends on what they are.
Yeah.
I like cash. Cash is always accepted.
And I have a hard time getting somebody presents because I feel like what I like, someone else wouldn't like.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always doing the same way. I'm like always doubting. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like when you get gifts, I appreciate it, but I'm like, I don't want this. So,
Well, you know what? That's the thing.
yeah.
Esther says there's background stuff. Yeah, I can hear. Anybody got a TV on or something?
Might be Danielle, I think.
Maybe. Mandy said she shows off a book a day that she's reading. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Hello, dear.
I love to just follow people on Goodreads too, if she has her Goodreads link.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check
I
it
know.
out.
Book, that's remarkable. Yeah. I thought I was doing good. I don't remember this year, but I didn't hit 700.
But to be fair, that year that she did it, I think it was like she read that many, but I got a higher page count than she got.
Oh,
She
okay.
tends to read
But-
like slightly shorter books. She likes her some smut.
It has to be exclusively audio, right? Like, how does she have time to read that much if it's not audio?
You're gonna put your own pen on it.
She's quick.
Yeah, I don't read
she's
exclusively
kind of-
audio. I do like one or maybe three a week, on a good week, but most of the time just one audio book a week. But I'm at 500 something right now. But again, it's like I've never read this much.
Holy
Normally I
Yeah.
hit like 300 to like 350 to 450 normally.
wow.
But
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow. The best I ever had, which I was doing an audiobook like every 2 days, was like almost 300. That was like 289 or something was like my best year a few years back.
I think it was 2020 or 2021. It may have been 2020 because it was the year of the pandemic. I think I hit 350, which was my best year ever. But again, I was off work for 6 months.
Right.
Right, and I was-
I'm rewatching your videos. I'm at 2019 and you're reading a ton then. And I remember that's the next year where you read a ton because you were like unemployed for a while too because of the
Yeah, I was
pandemic,
off.
right?
Yeah, I was off, and then also I was driving my husband back and forth into the city every day during the pandemic because he was working at a long-term care facility. So I
Okay.
was in the car for like 2.5 hours a day.
Yeah.
So it was just like audiobook.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I mean?
you're like me. We used to read a ton of audiobook. Now we've both slowed down with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't picked up an audiobook in a month. Not because I
Yeah.
don't like them, I just haven't.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's not just audiobooks, it's reading in general. I just
Mm-hmm.
think I'm done for the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And for me,
So-
I used to like commuting. Okay, because like 2020 is when I really jumped up on reading, like because I didn't go anywhere. You know, I was working from home and everything. And then like
Yeah.
I just feel like for me, like my big reading counts, it's like every year I've progressed just a little bit more, like 10 books more each year, or 20 books, or whatever. But yeah, with audiobooks, yeah, I completely got off of it from not commuting. And then now I have a really hard time focusing on them. Like I feel like I got out of the practice of the habit of retaining
Yeah.
it through audio.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
So at first, when I made myself slow down from audio, because I was using it as a tool to read more, not for enjoyment, I was having withdrawals. I was like, I have to listen to something. It was literally weird. Like I had to make myself do something.
Feel this time.
And now I have to make myself try to find an audiobook. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
So I was on a goal to read more for 5 years. Now I'm on a goal to read less. So I read about 100 books less this year, and I want to read even less next year because I'm at the point where I want to read for enjoyment, not for numbers. So like I want every book I read to be more enjoyable because I'm going to do a lot more soft DNFs than I used to. And Sarah's doing that a lot more too. So it's like, what's the point? I have 150 pages left. What's the point if I'm not enjoying, you know?
And I hate
Yeah,
doing
I'm
that
gonna go like if I
because-
read the first chapter or maybe the first couple pages. I don't like it. I will drop it. Like
Yeah.
real quick.
And I'm not saying no, like it's not gone forever unless I but it's like not right now.
it's
not
offended
the
me
time
in
right
some
now.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not the time right now. And I'll pick it up. Like Sarah says, you can pick up a book a year later and love it. So
Oh yeah, which is I've done that a couple of times. You know, it is what it is, right? And I think that's that. And again, I've talked about this before, and I've talked about it for years. It's the booktube mindset. None of us ever read this way pre-booktube. You
Yeah.
just didn't.
No.
You know, like you picked up a
It's-
book, you read, you know, whatever, right?
it's
So
abnormal. The way we read is abnormal because
it
like
very
and
much is. And doing it for numbers and I mean, I like the Goodreads goal. It's kind of fun, but I think honestly for this year, I'm just putting 52.
Yeah.
A book a week, and I think that's perfectly reasonable. You know, and then
I'm
I'll
putting
finish what I finish.
Yeah, I'm putting 88 the year I was born, and I
like
haven't
that.
read.
Yeah.
I haven't read under 100 books since like 2016. So I know I'll hit it, but I want to read bigger books because in my mindset, I'm like, oh, this is only 200 pages. I want to read books that are like 400 something pages. You know, I want to read 15-hour audiobooks instead of 6-hour audiobooks. So like, I don't want to pressure myself because even though you say you're not doing it, in the back of your mind, you feel inadequate.
100% are.
When you look at BookTube, you look at Goodreads, you look at Discord, and people are finishing books every day. Part of you does like, oh, I'm not, you know, even though you try,
I'm not
it's
keeping
always
up
there.
with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you ever? I'll admit I have skimmed books before because I feel like I want to get through it. And have you guys like? Did
No,
you read
I-
every single page?
Yeah,
when
no,
you did over 300?
Lindsay doesn't break the rules.
Wow, okay.
No, but
You
I've
must be a
gotten even
speed
recently.
reader.
I got towards the end of a book, and I'm just like, I'm kind of over reading this now. I've got 2 chapters left. Let's just skim it.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll try and read faster sometimes if it's like that. Like if I have like, okay, I'm down to like the last chapter.
Yes.
But I won't skim it
I
necessarily.
feel like you have to be a speed reader though to be over 500. That's crazy. What's
Yeah.
your list?
I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I don't think I am a speed. I've done it. I've tested. Like, my boyfriend reads faster than I do. He's not a reader.
Oh,
He reads
wow.
faster than me, and like, because I have for the longest time to stop doing like the sub vocalization, but I do sub vocalize, and I feel like that slows me
Yeah.
down. If I was able to get out of that, because he doesn't sub vocalize.
I didn't know that people could do that. I'm like, you don't hear it in your head. I don't know.
I didn't know either until book 2.
I think Storm says she doesn't do that, but like
Yeah.
I have to sub vocalize in my head. Like
Yeah.
I read it to myself. I don't know how people say you can turn it off, and I don't want to. Like that'd be scary. It'd be weird.
I don't do it. Because I know I first heard it from Steve Donahue, and he talked about it. I'm like, people do that? That's a
Wait,
thing?
so you don't hear it in your head when you're reading it?
Uh-uh.
I don't understand what that would even be like. That's weird.
Yeah, and I've tried like off and on to like, but then I feel
So
like I
you
can't retain the information. It's a different way, and so I just feel like I have to
Huh.
really get in the practice of.
So
of
you're
that.
reading the words, but do you visualize it in your head still?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
I think Storm said, sorry, Storm, if you're here and I'm talking out of turn, but I think she said that she has a hard time picturing it.
Yeah.
Like picturing characters and picturing, whatever, right?
But yeah, no,
But
like
yeah.
I'm reading out loud when I'm silently reading. I'm reading in my head, and I don't know how to turn that off. But I'm happy I don't. But, yeah, that's loud.
And you know what? And if it works for you, it works for you. We shouldn't have to
Yeah.
change anything.
Yeah,
Right?
I think
Don't
I would
change
love
what
to
you do.
know what someone that doesn't do that how it feels like. Because
Yeah, no, I've asked my boyfriend it time and time again, and he can't explain it. Like,
No, I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it. I think because it's
Yeah.
just a thing. It's like it'd be like as if you were talking to a person who's never been able to see before. What is
Yeah.
it like?
Okay. Or
You've
it's like
never done it
watch,
any other way. Yeah, ever since
maybe
you've
it's
been scared.
or like watching a movie because they're saying the words and you're seeing it. So it might be like watching a movie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like with a closed caption on or something. You know, you're reading at the same time.
But I think maybe that's why I go back and forth so much with audiobooks, is because I don't subvocal. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm not right. Like it's so. I
So
don't know.
sometimes you want to hear it in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I guess for me, audio is like for you guys hearing it in
Right.
in
And
my
maybe
head.
why I don't like audio is because I like hearing my own narrator and I don't like hearing that narrator.
And that's the problem I fell into lately is with audiobooks. I've hit too many audiobooks where I have not liked the narrators.
Oh, it's so like literally I'll like 1 out of 10 narrators. Like I'm so or they'll do a voice good and then they get to a side character and it's whiny and I'm like, ew, and I cringe.
Oh yeah, yeah, the line, yeah. And for me, it's just like the following along part. I can't half the time with audio, I can't follow the story. Like it'll go for an hour. I'm like, what just happened? I don't know.
Yeah, you tune out because you're hearing it, so you'll hear like every 5 words. And then there's some people can't process words on a page; they can only process audio. So it's really interesting how it works for everybody.
Oh yeah, because that's what I'm finding more and more. Like if I'm just in my car driving, okay, I can focus.
Yeah.
But then if something happens, like there's an accident, I'm kind of like, oh, like, and then wait, what happened? Like, or because I'm crafting, if I have to stop and think about what I'm doing and do a certain stitch, now I've missed it as well.
Yeah.
So I get it. In some aspects, it's great for some people. They love it. I just have come to the conclusion after years, I don't think audio's for me.
Yeah, and I've come to that conclusion the last few years. So I made myself. I'm 52 is the max, so 1 a week or less. So I can't. So 52 for the whole year. So I can't listen to any more than that. And I want to try to hit under that because I can enjoy an audiobook. It just has to be the perfect storm. It has to be the perfect narrator, the perfect pacing, the perfect story.
Like there are some like the Linda Castillo series, the
the Amish one. Yeah.
The Amish one. I mean, the narrator on that is spot on. I mean, it's so
I think I want to
good,
try
right?
that.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is probably my favorite series on that and Outlander. To be honest, Outlander on audio is just icing on a cake.
I feel like that's the only way I could get through it.
That's what a lot of people say, and thank God Davina Porter is so good at narrating.
I did read the first Out Loud book. It took me
I read
a
it
year.
too. Yeah.
It took me about a year, but I did read the first one.
When you can seamlessly go between an English accent and a Scottish accent and a male and a female and amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they're like voice actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, dear. And yeah. So anyway, we're a little behind. Should we jump into some sprints?
I'm going to jump off now.
Okay, no.
Thanks for having me. And it was lots of fun. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
It was
Merry
really
Christmas.
nice meeting you.
Yeah. It's funny, we're an hour apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time we'll meet up at the library.
Yes. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
I could stick around, but I am gonna switch up to the living room setup so my husband can use the computer.
Yeah, no problem. I'm probably gonna go. I think what we're gonna do is we'll do one more sprint and then one more chat and then we're gonna call it.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Everybody,
be ready.
So how did everybody do? Sorry, Ro.
Oh, no problem.
I'm like, where'd you go?
I was back there for a while just reading.
Mm-hmm. How'd you do?
I got a few pages read, and then I was editing a video. I am working on because now that I make videos, I thought it'd be fun to do, like, to look back at the end of the year next year. So I'm
Mhm.
doing 24 romance and women's fiction I want to read, and in 2024, and 24 cozies I want to read in 2024. So then in
Oh, I love
December
that.
in December of next year, I can go through and see how many of the 24 I actually read. So I thought that would be fun.
That is super fun. I really, really like that a lot.
Yeah, so I was editing on that. And I only put 2 Kristen Higgins on there for next year, even though I want to read all of them.
Which two?
I put 2 of your favorites. So I put just one of the guys, and the other one you told me, One and Only or something.
Oh, my one and only.
Yeah, so those are the 2 that are on the list. So
When you read that, if you get to it next year, let me know. I will reread it with you.
next year, I'll probably get to it in January.
That's fine. That's cool. It's
No, I
one
think
that
I wanna do-
legitimately made me cry.
Well, I've cried the first 2. So I think I want to finish Gideon's Coves first, though. So I need to do 2 and 3 Gideon's Cove, and then I'll get to that one. So it'll be in a few months. But yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's one of my. It's one of her lesser known books. I feel like the Gideon's Cove and the series from that the best man is from. I can't remember the name of
Like
it.
Blue Heron or something.
The Blue Heron, like, because they're actual series, I feel
Mhm.
like they're more well known than her. And even that one, I was kind of like, okay, I know the cover that I have is the original cover of the 2 of them sitting on the back of this like red sports car, right? But they've since changed the covers and stuff. Now I'm like, what is happening? What is
Right. Yeah, I was looking at the older covers. They look way different than. And is it some of her newer standalones more women's fiction too?
They are 100% more
Okay.
women's fiction. Yeah. The one, I can't remember the title of it. There's one with a dog, looks like it's jumping into a pool. It's a golden retriever.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
is really good too. Yeah.
You just talked about that in the video I just watched in 2019. It was like Life and Other Inconveniences or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying it sounds really dramatic. You're like, her grandma took care of her. She had a baby and got kicked out. Now 20 years later, she has to go back to help her grandma or something like that. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
Just
Yeah.
talked
And her
about that.
grandmother's a very famous bag maker, like a hand,
Okay.
like purses
Yeah.
and stuff. So she's very well known and very well to do. But yeah, now she's got to look at it. It was real. I mean, her stuff, she has transitioned more from contemporary to women's fiction, but even her contemporary, I mean, you've read it.
Yeah.
They're closed door.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like just something about her writing, it's perfect. I feel like even if she did have some spice, I would be fine with it because her writing, it just like I literally feel like I'm there.
Oh yeah, no, there's scenes in her books where like the best. The reason why just one of the guys is my favorite is because it was my first by her, so
Yeah.
it's the one that I will always, you know what I mean. But there are scenes in that book that just had me laughing. There's a scene in that book with the dog with a diaper, and that's all I'm gonna say. And then there's other scenes toward the end of the book where you're just crying, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, with
amazing.
Fool's Russian and Catch of the Day, I was laughing, crying, smiling, all of it. So it's like she not only makes you care about the main character, but like every side character too. So it's just
Exactly. Yep. Nope. Oh, that's gonna be some fun videos. I really like that.
yeah. So yeah, I'm editing the romance one right now, and then yeah.
Oh, that's a great. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Go back here to the comments. Yeah, the year that Mandy read a ton, she did mostly novellas. Some schmutty novellas. Esther, I can't do audio. My mind can't focus. Completely understandable. Hello again, dear. Yeah, he was just throwing like the dirty clothes, and George likes to sleep back there.
Aw. So he didn't realize he was sitting in there or something.
Yeah, we did that one time.
Where's George?
Yeah, where's George? We have located him. Cav says, I'm all excited because I just got a Hoopla account for my neighborhood town's library. and I've downloaded 4 audiobooks that have been on my Audible wish list. I love audiobooks
Oh,
so
that's
much.
awesome.
Fantastic, Cav. Whatever gets you reading, that's what I say at the end of the day. You know? Jen says, I set my Goodreads goal at 52 for the past several years. That way there's no pressure and it allows my reading to ebb and flow depending on life. Exactly.
Yeah. I thought about doing that, but then I'm like, it might be too easy. So I just went with 88.
I love that idea though, that's, you know.
Yeah. And then with your Goodreads though, you've completely redone it. Like you don't even have any books on the red or anything. So what are you adding? Are you just adding? what
I'm
you own
adding
right
in
now?
everything that I have, everything that I own.
And then are you going to start adding towards the red?
I'm going
next
to,
year?
January is going to be the fresh start. Yes. Yes.
I'm
back
going to start Storyograph in January. Just,
you know what? I've been going back and forth and I can't decide.
well, I'm keeping both because I use Goodreads, but Storyograph, I want the statistics. Like it
That's
will
what I
break
was
everything
thinking,
down.
too.
Yeah. But the bad thing about Storyograph, if Storyograph had a good community like Goodreads does, then I would completely switch over. But I can't navigate it. Like you can't really see friends' shelves very easy. You can't even find your own shelves very easy.
No,
like-
no.
Yeah. I feel like the best thing is the statistics. That's like the only thing it has going for it, I feel like. So
Exactly. And then this other part of me is like, okay, for the statistics though, the one spreadsheet that I have does
Right.
that.
exactly.
So I think I'm probably going to end up, I like the idea of Storyograph. I think I'm going to stick with Goodreads.
Yeah, you
because
don't
of
even
what I
need it
know.
since you keep your spreadsheet. Yeah.
Exactly. Spreadsheets.
And you have to make sure you put the right edition. Like I have to make sure I put the audiobook edition and how long it is. So if I want to know how long I list in the year, you have to have everything right or there's no point.
Absolutely. Do audio. Yes. Julie, I set my
There you go.
Goodreads goal for once. I don't feel pressure to read a big number of books. That's great.
I've seen a lot of people do that.
I mean, I said 52, but then I got thinking, I'm like, what I'd like to read is something like 12 books a month. I think 12 is a pretty decent amount. It's like
That's
3
a
books
lot,
a week,
yeah.
which is for me. I mean, when you count in the fact that I'm rereading the Babysitters Club,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm, like those I can fly through no problem. I just thought 12 is a good number. So if you go 12 by 12, it's 144. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe
Yeah.
it's still not a terribly high number because I still
Right.
can read quite a bit.
I have a goal of 1 cozy and 1 romance a week. So that'd be 2 a week. And then maybe throw in an audiobook there.
Yep.
Because but the 2024 is the year of like series and challenges for me. Like that's what my year is going to be.
Mine next year, like this coming years is going to be just so up in the air that I just do not want to commit to too much because I don't know what's going to happen. Right.
Yeah. Just 2024, just your year of enjoyment.
Exactly. And that's going to be it. I think it's going to be a tough enough year. It's not going to be a bad year. I keep saying that. It's not going to be a bad year. It's just going to be a difficult year.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to like only read when you want to. Don't feel any pressure because,
Exactly.
work on other stuff, spend time with family, all that stuff.
Exactly. And, like if what happens next year ends up actually happening next year, I am potentially looking at 18
Bed
months
rest. Yeah.
of time off.
Yeah.
Right. So believe me, the reading will be done.
So it could turn into the best reading year ever. or it
Right.
could
That's
be
what
a
I was.
slow
I was
year.
joking with my cardiologist. I'm like, this could be fantastic.
You're like, it's like, sadly, you have to have like 6 months of bed rest. You're like, woohoo.
I've been training for this my entire life.
I have my retirement plan over there.
Yeah. It's in this room.
Yeah.
Barb says, I'm thinking either 1 book or 5,000 for Goodreads reading goal. But that 1 book will be a series on Kindle that has 10,000 pages. Yeah, that's Barb for sure.
I would love to someone put like 1 million. That would just be hilarious.
Oh God, Steve Donahue.
Yeah.
And he'd come close to hitting it too.
That's crazy.
Jen, I can't turn off the voices in my head either. I even hear them with the accents though, but I can't speak with a foreign accent to save my life.
Me too. I even hear accents in my head.
Oh, that's hilarious. And I love audiobooks while I'm at work. Cozy is the perfect background noise while I'm sorting books. I get it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I absolutely get it.
When it's a great audiobook, it's a great audiobook. And luckily for the Kristen Higgins, XE Sands does a lot of hers.
Oh, isn't she great?
Yeah. So I listened to Fool's Rush In with her and I loved her. And then Catch of the Day was her. And so everyone that she narrates, I'm going to listen to. If she doesn't narrate, I'm going to read it.
Yep. No, she is fantastic.
Yeah.
Cheryl, because my eyes are not so young anymore, I'd be lost without audiobooks. My mom is the same way. It's the only way she gets any reading done.
Yeah, I love
And
that
it's-
they're there.
Absolutely. And you know, like that's they're there for us to use and enjoy, but also for people who need them, right? So that's why it always makes me angry when people say
Right.
audiobooks are not reading, because they absolutely are.
Right.
you
Okay,
know?
so watching a movie at home isn't watching a movie because it's not in a theater. It's the same type of thing.
So yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like don't get off your high horse. And, you know, there are even people, I was watching a video from Michael K. Vaughan. I didn't realize that this was a thing, but there are people out there who say that reading an ebook is not reading.
Oh my God.
Like, come on, people. This isn't 1842. Like, you know.
I was at Sam's Club yesterday and I picked up a book because it looked good. And I looked inside and the font was this tiny. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not going to like hurt my eyes to try to read a paperback.
Yep. I have so many books in that room over there that I am purging because I just have far too many books. That Garrett and I, like, we've been a couple times to like Walmart and stuff this last couple days, and I've picked up books and then I put them back down, and Garrett's like, do you not want to read it? I said I do, but then I take a picture of it and then I put it on hold at the library.
That's what I do. When I'm at the grocery store, I take pictures of book covers and look them up on my Kindle.
Yep. And you know what? Still supporting the author
Mhm.
because I'm reading your book and I'm talking about your book and, you know, whatever, right?
Mhm.
And if I really, if it's like an author like Kristen Higgins, I will probably end up buying it.
Yeah.
Annie says, I need audio. Also, as I can't hold books in my hands without pain. Yes, that is unfortunate. And again, completely legitimate. You do not have to justify it to anyone. Merry Christmas to Lindsay. She got to 11%. Hannah made it to 12%. Jen made it to 26%. Oh, I didn't say. I was organizing. I was trying to find some books. And Lindsay had been talking about the Darcy Coates book that she was reading, that Dead of Winter. I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. And it's 12-week hold at my library. I actually own a copy on Kobo.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try and get to that this week too. Like, I'm starting to get excited about reading a couple of books. Like, I was looking at stuff and I'm like, I just need outside of my comfort zone, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I need to kind of.
I've found out my favorite thing to do with romance and women's fiction now is to go in blindly. Like, because I've tagged so many on Libby. Like, so I initially would read the synopsis, but I've tagged so many now that I'll just go and look at the covers and the titles. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pick it up and try it. Yeah, because it's like, sometimes you'll read the synopsis and you're like, sometimes they'll say too much or they'll say too little, but I like going in. But I did try a chapter video a couple days ago where I did that. I just, based on the cover, I read some samples and I figured out what I wanted to read at the end of the video. So it was fun. So like, that's what I think I'm going to do now.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Cause you never really know what you're going to get, even from a synopsis.
And even the synopsis, they can give you like too much information or not enough information. And then you're waiting for something to happen that doesn't happen until the end of the book. And it's a whole thing. So I was just putting around, because I do pay for Kindle Unlimited as well as Kobo Plus. I'm like, those I really need to start utilizing as well. And I was just bopping along on there, and it's like, based on your other blah, blah, blah. And this book came up called what's it called? Hold on. 5 Gold Rings. And it's a rom-com. And I read the first line. It said something about these rings were delivered to the wrong house, and then something about a proposal. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. You know, it's not costing me any money.
Yeah, I love to just go on Kindle and on Libby and just like look at the covers, and maybe I'll read a chapter and then I'll borrow it or sample it. And I've been loving doing that.
Yep. Call me a cover snob, but if the cover doesn't get me, I am not reading your book. I am sorry.
Right. I do have a video idea though, where I want to try for covers that I like read out my comfort zone, like a cover that I would never ever try. I want to sample it because I am a total cover person. Like, I do judge a book by its cover.
I feel like that would be a good scavenger hunt pick.
Yeah, like a book you would not pick up normally based on the cover.
You wouldn't pick up because of the cover. Yep. Oh, that would be. Wouldn't that be great?
I'll put that on my prompt box. I have a prompt box. Yeah.
Yes. Do that, because that sounds really good.
Yeah, that would be fun for Killing Time with Cozies. Yeah.
Absolutely, it would. 100%.
But to tell Storm.
Emily, I just wanted to say thank you, Sarah, for the wonderful time this afternoon. It's been a hard holiday season. I understand, Emily, but this has been a blessing to be with so many bookish friends. I'm so glad we made your day just a little bit better. And tomorrow, if you are still struggling at all, or you just want a group to hang out with, over on Leash Channel, starting at noon. So I will be there as well. Jen gives her much love. Yes, for sure. Alicia, I got the dishwasher going, finished up wrapping, and took a shower. Very productive. The holidays can be a very tough time. Had lunch with hubby and switched to A Christmas Carol.
Nice.
Very nice, Kay. Very nice. Storm, I'm popping in to see what's happening. I ate too much. Gotta find room for dessert. There is always room for dessert.
And if you heard about the scavenger hunt idea, put it on the list.
Yes, exactly. Says I also rescheduled Christmas with the in-laws for next Saturday. That means I have a lot less to do today. Yay. So much just lifted. That's fantastic, Kay.
Yeah, it's like you think, oh, I got time, and then bang, here it is.
No, I have no time.
Yeah.
Garrett wants to go up and see his parents, which I totally understand. We haven't seen them in 5 years.
Wow.
And they're not that far away. But the problem is, God bless them, and I'm not knocking anybody. They're both heavy smokers.
Yeah.
They smoke inside their house, and I really can't be around that. So I said to Garrett, it'd be better if we went in the summer.
Yeah.
So we
you
could
go
all be outside. And he's kind of me. And I said, but that's the same reason I'm not going to. It's anyway. I just don't want to. I would love to see them. Believe me, they're delightful people, but I just can't.
Yeah, it's not good for you right now.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't. Well, that's why we're doing Christmas dinner. Our family Christmas dinner is on the 26th because my brother and his wife are going to be at her family's. Right. So.
You were saying you're getting Swiss Chalet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like their like gravy sauce, whatever it is?
The chalet sauce is to die for.
Okay, so there's this YouTuber. She does mukbangs, like eating videos, and she does a character. Her name's Chelsea Lynn.
Okay.
So she does like Trailer Trash Tammy, this character. So her and her cousin Crystal, they went up to Canada because she was doing her comedy tour.
Okay.
And she tried Swiss Chalet, and they did not like the gravy. They said this isn't gravy. Said it tastes different.
No, it's not gravy.
Yeah, but she's like, they tasted cinnamon or clove or something. They couldn't tell. But everybody was like, you got to try Swiss Chalet when you're in Canada. You got to try it. And they were being really cute, though, because they were like saying like how expensive it is. They're saying that you guys have black squirrels. That video is just funny.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you on Discord
Please,
so you can watch it. But yeah, it was just funny because there was like, so maybe it's like our American taste buds, we wouldn't like that sauce. I don't know.
Well, when you're expecting gravy,
yeah, I think that's what they were
chalet
expecting.
sauce. It's not a gravy; it's a sauce,
Okay.
right? So I think a lot of people get confused. But it was the same like when I was in Chicago, with my friend Lynn, and we went to Steak and Shake, and I ordered a grilled cheese with fries, and I'm like, "Can I get gravy on the side?" And she looked at me like I had a second head, because in that area it's only that white breakfast gravy, right? And my friend Lynn asked for vinegar, and that's what they clean the floors with. That's not a condiment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they tried when they were up there, they also tried the poutine place, and so that was funny.
Poutine.
Or Putin, whatever you say it.
Depends on where you are. We're in Ontario. Poutine. But yeah, no, that's like a we even had, was it Lay's? Lay's put out a flavor of potato chips, which was Swiss Chalet sauce.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's
I've tried the all dressed, and those are delicious.
I'm not see, the funny thing is that the strictly Canadian ones, like the all dressed and ketchup, I don't care for. My husband does, but I'm not a fan. I think my reading goal is going to be 157 because that's 3 books a week, plus 1 because my favorite number is 57. I love it. Fantastic. At Storm, there's always room for dessert. Hope you're having a great time. I think my goal will be 48 books. That's a good number. Meg's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I should just put 45 for how old I'm going to be next year.
There you go.
That might be a good idea.
Elizabeth told me she was thinking of, I hope I'm not giving anything away. She said she was thinking of doing like 60 because I think, or no, whatever she's turning. Maybe she was turning 60. She wants to do like a challenge for her birthday. And you did that, the 40 years of Harlequin.
I did it for my 40th. Yeah.
So let's make it 45.
I think that's fun. Yeah. Hi all. I'm late to the reading party. Set my goal for 100 this year, and I'll probably be ending the year a little over 300. Well done. Awesome. It's the most I've read in a really long time. Great job, Meg. As long as you're enjoying it.
Bigger books too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the other thing too. You could put your goal at 200 and read like 210 page And I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, right? So
And some people that
I-
read 40 books, they read over 10,000 pages because they're
Barb.
huge books. Yeah.
But a part of me wants to. I wish Goodreads gave you the option of doing either a page count goal
Yes.
or a book goal, because I think I think that's what I might track personally on my spreadsheets more. Is I'd like to hit like maybe 2,000 pages a month.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a good goal, right? So, and then that way, even if you DNF the book or soft DNF it, as we were talking about, you've still maybe read 20 pages. So that goes
Yeah.
towards your goal, right?
Yeah. I want to try to give myself a weekly or a daily goal like we do with your readathon, because I feel
That's
like I
why
read
I
a
love
lot
it so
more.
much.
Mhm.
I usually try and do 1,000 pages a week. So that's my personal, like in my head goal. But, you know, it's just as long as you're enjoying the books.
Yeah. And like, I feel like some weeks that's really doable and some weeks that's not. So it'd be fun just to see, you know.
And the other thing is too, is that I have the tracker on my phone. I used to do Bookly.
Bookly. I used to do that for years. Yeah.
I'm not a fan I found a new one that is just amazing. And it's called Bookmori.
Okay. Yeah. I think Jen Moody told me about that one. I think.
Yeah, Bookmori. Check it out. It is amazing. I love it because you can tag stuff. You can.
Okay.
My favorite thing is it's got a calendar. So if you
Yeah.
click
At
on
the end of the year,
calendar,
it shows
you
where
all the
you let-
pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you
It's
use the free version or are you using a paid version?
I paid for it. I think
Okay.
it cost me like $3 a month.
Oh, okay.
But for me,
yeah.
that's worth the money, right?
Yeah. With Bookly, when it first came out, I did it. It was like $10 for pro version. And now it's $10 a month. But because I had already bought the pro version, I was grandfathered in. So I
Yes.
have it. I have pro for life. So
Nice.
but I don't use it
nice.
anymore. I don't know why, but
Yeah. But like my other thing is too, is that goal is to maybe just even read once a day. Make sure I'm reading at least once a day,
Yeah.
even if it's 2 or 3 pages. I think that that's a great goal as well. You know, your goal doesn't have to be defined by what Goodreads says
Yeah.
it should be. You
yeah.
know,
I want to take each book and separate. I think Elizabeth does it, separate it by chapters. And every time I read a chapter, X it off. Like
I
feel
love
like-
that.
Yeah.
think that's
and
a
it like
great idea.
motivates you to do a little more. Yeah.
Exactly. Hannah says, I've been reading off my new Paperwhite, and I think I love e-reading more than physical at 100%. Even if I have a physical edition, like I took these books out of the library physically, I am looking to see where I can get them digitally so I can read them digitally.
It's just for some people, it's so much easier. It's just the font. It's the font size and just how easy it is to borrow books from the library. I don't know.
Oh, 100%. You don't have to wait for them, nothing, you know? Barbara says, okay, if reading an ebook or audio is not reading, then eating with a fork is not eating. You need to use your hands. Yep, that's just silly. That's a perfect analogy, Barb. Absolutely
And getting
perfect.
food from fast food isn't eating because you didn't make it. Yeah.
Esther says, I just started doing e-reader as I can't even read what they call large print. Sorry, regular print now is what in my day was fine. Yes, fine print. Agreed.
I don't know how anybody could see it. Like even with glasses, and I'm only 35.
Nope.
I can't see it at all. Like I
Nope.
can read it physically, but after a page, I'm like, gosh, I'd be done.
Well, that's it. If I don't know, it's
yeah.
And plus you got to carry around this big heavy book. You know, I'd rather just slide my e-reader into my purse and call it a day.
Yeah.
Alice said, or the other day when I went to work, I texted my husband, I brought the wrong e-reader. He's like, you have too many.
Yeah, I only have 3 now that I shuffle through. But yeah, I love it. The other day, you're like, which one is this?
Yeah, it was my basic.
Yeah.
I had to think about it. It wasn't my
That's
basic.
why my basic is blue, so I can easily figure it out.
Well, yeah, and I've got mine in the cases, but like I don't think you were on yet. I don't know if you saw, but I was saying to Lindsay that, or whoever it was Lee, I think, that if I suddenly come into $400 or $500 this Christmas, I'm buying the Scribe for Kindle. Like I'm buying the Beast.
They just had there's like on sale for like $239 or something.
Yeah, it's on sale right now. And that's what I said. Because it's a little bit more here, but that's what I was talking to Lee about, because we were talking about Boxing. It was before we went live. We were talking about Boxing Day and Black Friday and all those shopping days. And I said, the Scribe has been on sale for almost a month now. So don't tell me they need to sell it for that much money.
Right.
Like that's my thing. So
didn't you buy one and return it though?
I bought it and immediately canceled it.
Oh, so why do you
had,
think?
yeah.
Oh, so you never actually got to have it in
I
your
never
hand.
actually got my hands on it.
Okay.
So
But Courtney loves it on Ravenclaw Reads.
I know,
it's
and I see everybody reading off of it, and I'm like, oh.
It is 10 inches, so it's bigger, but and then it has the note, like the drawing. I don't know if I would use the note part. That's
I
what
see. I
don't
would
know.
not use that, but my Kindle or my Kobo Sage has that as well, and I don't use it there either.
So you just want the bigger screen.
I
and
just like the
faster-
bigger
yeah.
screen. Yeah, yeah. And I know Steve and I were having a conversation one time on a live, and he's like, "Doesn't it bother you?" And I'm like, "No. To me, this is great. You know, everybody I know who has one loves it. So it's just nice to be able to filter through with
Yeah.
everything else. So, anyway, we'll see. We'll see if Santa's good to me this year. Probably not. Alice says, I love audiobooks, but fine, they put me to sleep sometimes. Not good at work.
Yeah, sometimes they can.
I know my mom has had that incident a couple times because she'll read before she goes to bed. So she'll lay in bed and listen to her audiobook. And there's been times she said she'll fall asleep.
Yeah, you got to
And then
teach her
wake
how
up and the
to.
book's done.
You got to teach her how to use the timer for 30
what I
minutes.
said, yeah.
That's what that happens to Tiffany too. She'll fall asleep.
Meg, I've seriously considered getting a Kobo, though I do have the app on my tablet. I really wanted to read a Christmas book exclusive to Kobo, but alas, I didn't have the Plus membership. I just finally decided to get it because I got rid of Audible. So I thought Audible was 14, the Plus membership for Kobo was only 9. So I'm still
Yeah.
saving myself a couple bucks.
I decided to get rid of Kindle Unlimited after because I bought the Fire tablet in November. It came with 3 months free because I've been using Kindle Unlimited for like a good 4 years. And I always felt like I had to use it. So I would read a ton of the short cozies and the short books.
Yes.
But now it's like I want to just focus, like not focus, but it's great. Like I highly recommend it. But I felt like I focused on it for so long that now I want to focus on other books. And the series that I was reading, I did love. I would look for the box sets when it went on sale. So I have
Nice.
some that I can continue when the things are.
Mhm.
But yeah. So I think I read 50 something KU books this year.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So I did good.
That's awesome. That's a good stat to keep track of to see whether
Yeah.
or not it's worth it to you, you know?
And I would always get the gift memberships. They do have it where there's a way to search it where you can buy a gift membership for yourself. So for like 3 months or 6 months or a year where it's heavily discounted.
Oh, okay.
So like it would come
Interesting.
out to like 6 something a month instead of 12 something a month or whatever. So
That's worth it.
yeah.
That's worth it.
So I would buy
And the-
3 or 6 months at a time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Kobo one, the Kobo Plus, it has a couple different options. One is ebook only, one is audio only, and then one you can get ebook and audiobook.
Oh, that's
But-
awesome.
Again, the audiobooks are more like, you know, the Kindle Unlimited, which is fine. That's what you're there for. But
Yeah.
what I'm finding is the reason I got it is because there were some books I want to read in January that are Harlequin historicals, and on Kindle, they were $7 a piece to buy
Wow.
the ebook. And I'm like, you can go and no.
Mhm.
And then I went on Kobo and 4 of them were available on Kindle Plus. or
That's
Kobo
awesome.
Plus. It cost me $9 for a month. So I
Yeah.
just
So
bought 3
$9 for
books
4
free.
books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like that's math that works,
Yeah.
you know? So
And they also, a lot of people don't know, but in the US, and I don't know if Canada has it, there's a ton of audiobooks on KU too.
not here in Canada, but I know you guys have that in the States.
Yeah. There's like
so-
over 100,000 or something.
Wow, I wish. I wish. Esther says, yes, cover mostly for me too. I think we're all a little bit of a cover snob.
Yeah.
And Hannah says, Ro, I love the sweater. It's so cute. I agree.
Thank you. It's way too
Whoops.
warm though. I'm like,
I was going to say, I'm in a t-shirt.
yeah, I wanted to. I'm like, oh, let's be festive today. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to take this off.
We're going to have a strip show later.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat. Welcome, Pat. Good afternoon, everyone, and Merry Christmas Eve. Thank you
Merry
for joining
Christmas
us.
Eve.
Cav, I agree. Appreciate this afternoon since I got the flu and my Christmas
Mhm.
festivities have been put on hold. So I'm all about the reading and sprinting. Oh, Cav, I hope you feel better soon.
I hope you feel better.
Feel better. Oh, the flu, that sucks. We can put vinegar on fries here. I think it depends on what area of the country, you know? Same as
Yeah.
like stuff is called different things in different parts of the country,
Yeah,
right?
I heard like it's like malt vinegar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Julie, I'm 93 pages into Brittany's memoir, and I'm getting even more shocked by the minute. This poor girl deserves a gold medal for the stuff she's been through, and not even at the conservative. Yep, I know. From what I've heard. But we are so close to Canada, north of a majority of them. Yeah, you would be. I think you're even north of me, Kay. Because
Yeah,
I into the U.S.
I grew up with Degrassi, like, because we would watch it. So, because when I was like, they were in the same years, the new class, they were in the same school year that I was when I was like 13. So I remember having gravy fries, and so it was never because they would show it on the TV show. So I was like,
My cousins went to that high school.
oh wow, the one where they
Yeah,
shoot it up.
But we're going back to the first season of Degrassi,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah,
the old
first
ones.
generation. Yeah.
But yeah, fries with gravy, that was a staple on Fridays at our school. Like me and my girlfriend Amber would get like our box for $2 and
Mhm.
delicious. Hello. Beth, set my goal for 150 this year. I'm sitting at 192, probably over 200 in actuality because I know that there are a few I didn't mark down. I'll probably end up getting setting a goal of 150 again. That's excellent. Meg, I have quite a few big books this year. I've also
Hold
listened
on,
to a
I'll
lot
be
of audio.
right back. Be
Yeah,
right
no problem. Congrats on your new Paperwhite, Hannah. I've been reading more on my Kindle lately. I'm telling you, I love my e-reader so much. It's fantastic. Jen, that calendar on Bookmori is the best. I use the free version, but I need to look into the subscription. Yeah, I'm almost certain the subscription is only like 2 or 3, and I'm talking Canadian dollars, which is, a little bit higher than you lovelies in the US. So purchase settings. Let me just see how much this costs me here. Because I canceled Bookly. My subscription actually ends on the 26th. $3.89 a month for Bookmori, and again, that is in Canadian dollars. So, it's worth it.
Yeah, I just downloaded the app. I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah, and maybe try it for a couple months for the free version
The
and
free
see what you
one,
think about it, right? That's what I love about stuff like that.
Mhm.
Barb says my real goal will be 67 because that was the year I was born, not 1967.
Yeah, I thought that was fun to do that.
Mm-hmm. Coffee and Stitches, or Mandy says, I just want to read every day. Excellent goal, Mandy. Storm says, I'm setting my goal for 150 as I don't like Goodreads mocking me.
Yeah. I love it when it says you're ahead, but when it says you need to catch up, I'm like, excuse me.
Well, that's mine right now because I've got nothing listed.
Yeah.
And it's like, you are 49 books behind. Listen, Goodreads. I ain't reading 49 books in the next, Yes, dear. Okay. Thank you. You just came up to bring me toys? Okay. He brought me my my crochet hook, my very small crochet hook, which I use for drop stitches
Oh,
when
okay.
knitting. I don't
That's
know why.
Probably like a 1 something or a 2 something.
Oh, he's like, because I have 2 and you're always looking for yours. That's true. When you and your husband have the same hobby.
That is so cool. I'd love for you to show off some of the stuff Garrett's knitted.
You should see that. Actually, I posted on Instagram the other day the picture of the cats. They were laying on a blanket Garrett knit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, he does socks. He does toys. He does all kinds of stuff.
Is he still into 3D printing like he was?
He still enjoys it. We still have he still has the 3D printer. Unfortunately, now it's become a cat bed because it's got like this big thing over top of it, like to encase it, and the cats sleep on top of it now, so he can't use it.
And your old videos, like after he got it, you hear it in every video because it's
I know, right?
I was like, because once you start, you can't stop, right? So,
right?
Yeah,
and he
so
was
it's like
into
always
diamond
in your
painting
video.
for a while, and then, but like the thing is with the diamond painting, and I see some people who do some amazing ones, but it's like, what do you do with them afterward?
Yeah, that's how I feel about puzzles. I want to do puzzles, but I'm like, what's the point? Like,
and people say the same thing about cross stitch, but to my defense, it takes me 6 years to finish a cross stitch piece, so I am not worried about it.
But I feel like cross stitch is different because you can display it, very easily, and
or you could just do small ones. People just do them as ornaments or whatever. So each to their own, but
But you've been keeping track of what you read on your spreadsheet, right? So, like, are you going to do the end of the year stats, or you haven't even?
I have not been keeping track.
Oh, okay.
I stopped keeping track in the summer.
Oh, wow.
And I am one of those personalities, and I know it's not necessarily a good trait, and I will admit my fault. I'm an all or nothing person.
Okay. Yeah, I'd kind of do that too.
I already screwed it up, so I'm not going to bother continuing. I will just do a restart in January, and that's
that definitely feels freeing though, because I went practically the whole summer. I barely read. I maybe read like 5 books the whole summer, and it felt very, it felt liberating. It was hard at first, but then I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. And so my goal is going to be 50 like this year's goal. It's so easy. Fantastic. Thank you to Meg. You're welcome. Cav, and have you noticed how the print is fainter in paperbacks lately? Must be saving on ink and make it nearly impossible to read except at high noon next to a window with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I was at the Dollar Tree the other day. I was picking up some stuff and they had books for $1.25. I'm like, oh, this one's on my list. I pick it up and it was like she said, I was like this. It was like gray looking and the font was like this big. I'm like, who could read that?
Right?
So I put it back. I'm like, it's $1.25, but I can't even read it.
Exactly. Ania says it's not on sale on Amazon here. I'm assuming you're talking about the Scribe.
I just saw it the other day. Maybe they took it off.
Reading by the River. Oh, I love your I love your name. Happy Christmas from the Pacific Northwest U.S. Well, thank you
Such a
very
beautiful
much.
area.
Kay says, what is this new e-reader called? So it's not that new. It's the Scribe, Scribe.
Yeah, I think it's the newest one though.
And then Kobo has announced or has brought out another e-reader, even I think even bigger than the Scribe. I swear they're just going to keep one-upping each other until like eventually you have an e-reader the size of the windshield of a car. That's just my personal theory.
So I was looking at Kobo's, you can't send Kindle books at all to them, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, maybe you could do the EPUB only from Libby on there, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I just got the Fire tablet for do that.
That's smart.
But, yeah.
That's smart. Like for me, as I've always said, the Kobo works because our library doesn't download to Kindle, it downloads to Kobo.
Right. So in Canada, you send it from Libby. So that's perfect. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I originally bought it. But the other thing is that you can sideload books to a Kobo. And I've had someone whose name shall not be named has sent me a bunch of art copies of stuff. And that's what I sideload to my Kobo.
So you would sideload books you buy from Kindle onto there?
Not from Kindle.
Oh,
like they have to be like
EPUB files or something.
Yeah, like I said, this person like gets these e-arcs from somewhere and then he sends me copies.
Can you put your Harlequins on there that you got from the Gloss app and all that?
No, because you can't download those either. Now, before, up to a couple months ago, if I bought a book from Mills and Boon from the UK equivalent, you could download that book. And yes, I could download that book and send it to my Kobo, which was great, right? But they're also using this stupid Gloss app. So
the only thing you can do is like go on your like Samsung tablet or your Kindle Fire or something and do it that way.
And to read those books. Yeah. I just keep hoping one day they're going to change because they've changed the system to read from there like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it eventually will go back to the overdrive.
Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, the Scribe isn't on sale anymore. It's $3.39 again.
Watch, they probably took it off sale here too. Amazon. Let me go check my cart.
But you could do it. You could do it to where they it's like 6 monthly
nope,
payments.
it's still on sale here.
There you go. And then you could change it to like 6 monthly payments too.
It's $3.34 here Canadian.
It's $3.39 here. That's on sale.
That's on sale. That's 22% off. It's usually $4.30.
Okay, because it says $3.39 here. It doesn't say sale. I was seeing it for $2.39 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, American Canadian dollar though, right? So
right.
That's a big difference. Yes, to Cav.
No, I was hoping, like, I love my Oasis and it still works great, but the battery life isn't good. But I would, if they came out with an Oasis, that'd be amazing. But I don't think they would. I don't know why they don't want to do the buttons. It's so convenient.
They don't. Oasis has not had a new upgrade.
2019.
Yeah, they
That's
need
the
to
one
upgrade. I think
yeah.
that's going to be the next thing because it's also the only Kobo or Kindle device that does not use the C charger.
Yep.
Which
I have
is
to have a special
really
charger
annoying.
for that. Yeah.
Yep.
If you keep it on airplane mode, my battery lasts a long time. But just the buttons are so awesome. I don't know why they don't have buttons on other things.
Kobo has the buttons.
Yeah.
On So but I think you're right. The Oasis is the only one with buttons.
They used to a long time ago have other editions, but but I'm going to use that Oasis until I can't anymore because I love it.
Absolutely. Right now the Fire HD are on sale for $60. Do you know what? I have said it. Those Fire tablets are amazing, and for the price point, they're fabulous.
I got in November. I got the 7 for $40, and And the only bad thing is the glare, but other than that, I love it. And it's so, I had the old version, like I have like a 12th gen and I had like a 7th gen before, and it's so fast now and it's awesome. Yeah.
Did you sideload Google Play?
You don't have to do that anymore.
Really?
No. I
Oh,
could
wow.
download Hoopla. I could download apps just directly from the thing now.
Brilliant.
Yeah. No, my
Brilliant.
old version, yeah, I had to sideload it, but no, you don't have to do that anymore.
That's fantastic.
That's what
They,
made
they
me,
must have done that because so many people were sideloading.
yeah, that's what made me buy it, is because now it's like just included. You could just search for the apps. Yeah.
That's awesome. And he says, Ro, is
Yes.
that Kindle Unlimited that you get the free? Okay. Yeah.
If you guys are on Discord, I can send how I send it. Because there's a
Okay.
certain link you got to do, and it will be Kindle subscriptions. You can send it to somebody else, or you could gift it to yourself by putting your Kindle email address in there, like your Kindle library, like whatever you use to sign in for
okay.
Amazon.
Yep,
So you can
yep.
gift it for yourself. And so like it will be like 30, 40, 50% off, just depending when they have it. So if you want it, so
Mhm.
instead of paying the $12 a month, you could pay like $45 for 6 months or whatever the deal is,
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll find it and put it on the Discord.
Mandy, I usually wait for the KU to go on sale for a year and renew my subscription.
Yeah.
That's a good idea too.
Towards the end of the year, yeah, they tend to do sales, and then they'll also do like 3 months for $9.99 or 3 months for $1 sometimes.
Yeah. They don't care. They just want you to, Meg says, I love malt vinegar on fries. I also love poutine, at least the US version.
But yeah, KU, if you haven't tried KU for a few years, it's so much better now. They have Harlequins. They have lots of names. They have lots of big name authors on there. You just have to search. You just have to
take the
dive in.
time to look.
And I make myself a KU list. So like when I find something, I put it in the KU list. So when I'm ready to borrow more books later, it's there. And you have 20 borrows. So if you find something you think isn't going to be on there for a long time, keep it in your library. As long as it's in your 20 book library, they won't take it away.
Mhm.
Even if they take it away on the thing.
On Kindle Unlimited, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a wish list because I use the wish lists
Mhm.
quite a
That's
bit
what
on
I was talking
Amazon,
about, yeah.
and I just drop mine into the Kindle Unlimited wish
Mhm.
list. And then if I want,
Yeah.
I just scroll through and see what looks good.
Yeah. Because sometimes they have like limited time authors on there, and sometimes it's on there for years. So
True enough. I never set a number school. We're above the 45th parallel, so you're above me because I am on par with San Francisco if you were to go across. Yeah. Meg says, I used to pay for Bookly, but it became too stressful as I found myself more worried about how fast I could read than enjoying the books. And that was the one big difference with Bookly, is that it was timed.
yeah.
Like, so you'd print, and then you turn it off and then you put how many
Mhm.
pages you read. Not with Bookmori. You just like,
Okay.
okay, I read 45 pages.
Okay.
You can time it if you want to. It gives you that option, but you don't have to. You can just put in the number of pages.
I did like seeing like, oh, it took me 5 hours and 38 minutes to finish this book, even though I read it for a week. It only took 5 hours. Like I like
Right.
seeing that. But like
Yeah.
she said, I would try to pressure myself.
Mhm.
But now Kindle has the thing where it predicts how long it takes you to finish anyways. So you don't really.
Exactly.
that, yeah.
Exactly. Hannah, I just brewed my last David's Tea package. I'm going to buy more next week. I like their advent calendar. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm going to open the last one very soon.
Okay.
BookTube SDA found Christina. Yay. Okay. Hi, Coda. And hello to everyone else. I looked it up. The size of a windshield might be big enough. I can read while I'm driving. Yes, I would like an 80 inch or whatever the rest of the world uses for measurements. Kindle Paperwhite, please. Some bookworm somewhere.
I was thinking of getting that page turner for my basic because sometimes I just don't even want to turn the page.
Right.
They have they have the gooseneck little holders and the page turner, so you can just sit there. You don't even have to.
Yeah, I know. Like the height of laziness is
Mhm.
read by the river. I'm in Spokane, Washington. Where are you? And there's Steve. We summon him. I said his name 3 times. What if you could read ebooks in a glass of windshield? Imagine the thousands and thousands of words. I guarantee you, Elon Musk right now has just his ears have gone. Oh, we could put that in the Tesla. When you're like it's doing its
It
own
probably
drive.
wouldn't work because it's too close, but it could be in your glasses too.
Think of the smut you could read. Nobody would even know.
Exactly.
Laughing. I love the buttons on my
Oh
Nook.
yeah, the Nook. Yeah.
Yep. I'm loving my Kindle Voyage, and I love Kindle to bring this one back upgraded. That's an older version.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think
for
that one
sure.
had buttons too.
Yeah, a lot of the original ones had buttons. Then they got rid of it. Jen, I'm going to sign off for the evening. Thank you so much for the sprints and chats. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you too, Jen. Okay, so they also have a 10-inch Fire for 150, which is not bad, but I would have to wait a while.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
They do Prime Day in July, June or July, and Prime Day is really good to get stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I have a Kindle Fire 2. I love that I can connect to the Intel, and especially when my laptop is real slow. Excellent. Merry Christmas to Jen. Do I? Pat, I was going to get myself a Kindle Fire 2021, but my car insurance and personal property taxes went way up, so
Aw.
no Kindle Fire for me. Cancel my Audible and KU memberships as well. Yeah, stuff is expensive when you have all of these like subscriptions to stuff. I totally get it. And he says my car insurance also went up 50%.
Wow.
Homeowners to everything but our income. Yeah, that's the way it goes,
Right?
right, Annie?
Yeah, I love how they're like, oh, cost of living. I'm like, well, my wage of living didn't go up.
Yeah. The industry that I work in, there are standards set for the amount of money a person can make when they're bankrupt, right? That this is the standard. If you make above
Right.
that, blah, 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 blah. The difference is though, if that person lives in the city of Toronto, that
Yeah.
amount should be higher.
Right.
Whereas if you lived out in the boonies, right?
Yeah.
So it should
No,
be
they can't.
province and city,
Right,
and
because
whatever.
yeah, everything varies by city to city varies greatly. Yeah, you shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be your area for sure.
If somebody's making $3,000 in Toronto, there's no way they're getting by. Not at
Right.
all. Not when
But then
rent
at like a small, like a Georgia
A
or
rural
something,
town.
that'd be a ton of money. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You're living like a king, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Just wait until Social Security. Yeah, exactly. Adulting is no fun. That's no joke. No joke at all. All right. 10 to 5. I think that's pretty good. I think we'll call it. I can smell the chili downstairs. I'm sure you have things to do. I'm sure you guys
Yeah.
here have things to do. But thank you, Ro, for joining.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas, everybody. And if you are around tomorrow, again, Lee over at Dark Roots Creations is doing sprint starting at noon. So join us over there. Okay?
All right. Merry
everybody.
Christmas. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.